How? Tommy, you still cooking with cha, salt, and prayers. Yo. But don't stress, ungawari, because your time to shine in the kitchen is here. Amapele Pele Spices for Africa and the Vooka Breakfast Show have said, let's bless you with some spices that will slap harder than Umama's 7 colors. Vooka Flavor Fridays is here. We're serving flavor, vibes, and vibes with flavor. Flavor Fridays is the only plug you need to turn your kitchen into a 5-star chill spot. For 8 weeks, you stand a chance to win spice hampers that take your meals from meh to just by subscribing and tuning into your daily dose of positivity for an energetic start to the day. So Hypo, what are you waiting for? Don't miss out. Flavor is calling. Waza. Happy, look at me, having a slow start. But you know what? I'm back, njengomqolo, man. And we are doing the thing right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. You know this is your morning boost to get that energetic start to the day with that daily dose of positivity. And of course, what's positivity without UTC? And of course, my name is UTC Gamazbugo Shabalala, your prime cut creative and positivity dose of the day. Umamshengu omuhle indlovukazi yakwantu umwela sowayela ngeyibuko ngithi kunina bayede wherever you are tuning in from. So strap in. I make sure that hot beverage is ready. And of course, stay tuned because you know what? It's Wednesday, right? The official halfway mark between I'm still tired and I'm almost free. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Friday, but you know what? 2 more days to go, 2 more sleeps, man. I know you can do it, Vooka Nation. And of course, with us by your side, you can never go wrong because if you're dragging your feet today, I've got just the thing to lift your spirits. Our first order of the day, picture of the day. And of course, today we're spotlighting the multi-flora flower market in City Deep, Johannesburg. And trust me, this place is more than petals and pretty colors, guys. It's a full-on sensory experience. And of course, since it's Wellness Wednesday, you know, what can put a smile on your face more than seeing some beautiful colors and, you know, smelling the flowers, man. And did you know it's the largest flower market in the Southern Hemisphere? That is one interesting fact. And of course, you know, you can always learn something new right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show because we always aim to share knowledge and of course have those thought-provoking and insightful conversations, including giving you this picture of the day so that you can see the places that you can go visit in and around Mzansi that obviously tickle your fancy and, you know, explore this beautiful, beautiful country of ours so that you can make memories and, you know, share some time with the people in your life. And of course, you know, over 1 million stems pass through the multi-flora flower market here every single day from more than 600 growers from across Umzansi. So, of course, Multi-Flora was founded back in 1994 and it's still blooming strong, right? What other motivation do you need? You know, if that is not a test of time, man, it's you know, angazi what is. And there's even a cozy coffee shop that obviously that is tucked inside the flower hall. So imagine sipping your morning brew, right, surrounded by proteas and roses. Doesn't that just sound like just the kind of vibe that you need? Just to even beat the midweek slump. Just imagine it in your head because visualization is what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Envision the vision so you can make it happen. And of course, you know, we want to hear from you always and every day when we go live. You are what? You are the people that make us, you know, who we are. So we want to hear from you. What's your go-to pick me up when the week week feels heavy. Since, I mean, maybe it's somebody bringing you flowers or giving you your flowers, giving you that young compliment, nyana, that boost, nyana, puts that smile on your face. Or also, another thing that I want to ask you, if you're a flower person, if you love getting flowers, if you could design your own bouquet to match your mood today, what would be in it? Would it be sunflowers for energy, lilies for calm, or wildflowers for just a bit of chaos? Because what is chaos? What is life without a little bit of like chaos, Nyana? And we do chaos on Wednesdays right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, because you know what? Obviously, Wednesdays come with a little bit of comedy. Because what's life without a little bit of laughter to be a little bit of medicine for that time when you just like, ni enough, ni la, guys, life, and I'm not having a good time. But of course, if you're here, stay tuned, because you're about to have the best time. It's best mornings right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, because your mornings can never, ever be boring when you are tuned in with us. And of course, I am not alone. I am with the very beautiful, the darker the berry, the sweeter than don. Afri Berry, man, Berry Blaze, doing the things, adding that tata. That special Nyana, she's the yin to my yang, man, guys. The yin to my yang.
Girl, why are you exaggerating? You're the yin to your yang. Oh my gosh, you make me feel so special.
Ah, man, you are special.
And the only say it's still good to when I know TC.
Man, it's the woman's man. So sisterhood is about that, that the combo's communicating. And like I said, she's the yin to my yang, and she's joining me this morning to add that energetic start to your day. Obviously, me being the daily positivity, her being the energy. You will never go wrong, guys. So stay tuned, whether you're blooming or just budding today, man. Remember, even the strongest flowers need a little sunlight. So let's grow through this Wednesday as much as we are going through whatever it is that we're going through together. Sihlangene. So Vooka Nati, Vooka Nation. And you know what? Come into the chat. Sivugile, you know the hashtags right now. Hashtag Sivugile, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And of course, we're about to get you started with everything that you need to know with what's going on in and around Umzansi, guys. Because what's life without getting the important things sorted out? So stay tuned, as we're about to give you your news, sports, and traffic updates. And of course, let's get to know what's going on outside with your weather. And now let's get you updated with what's going on in and around Mzansi with your latest news. And now in your first news update, Santaco to cover Mvelase's funeral expenses. Santaco will cover all funeral expenses for slain e-hailing driver Mthokozisi Mvelase, who was shot and torched near Maponya Mall. President Mutabane Tsebe is arranging to transport Mvelase's remains to KwaZulu-Natal and has condemned the violence, urging strict legal action. He pledged to promote peaceful coexistence between taxi and e-hailing sectors and affirmed Santaco's commitment to working with authorities to hold perpetrators accountable. And now in your next news headline, Gauteng MEC vows harmony between taxis and e-hailing services. Gauteng Transport MEC Kiliboni Diale Abela says tensions between e-hailing and taxi operators in Soweto will soon be resolved. So, stakeholders, including Maponya Mall management, have committed to ending the violence, while the National Taxi Alliance opposes restrictions on taxis, citing public reliance. Pimble residents demand a ban on taxi operations at the mall following the fatal attack on an e-hailing driver, allegedly by taxi association members. And now in your next news and last news update, Namibian teacher's body safety song gains viral attention. Namibian teacher Gelda Waterboer went viral on TikTok after sharing a classroom song about reporting unsafe touch. And despite criticism, she remains committed to empowering children to speak out about abuse, which she says often happens at home and is wrongly normalized. Her method is clear: teach kids to recognize and report discomfort early. Waterboer insists safety education must start with parents, not just teachers, urging families to take an active role in protecting their children. And now that is all from us for your news. And of course, you can share your opinions with us for these news updates using the hashtag Vooka News and hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And of course, stay tuned as Afriberry is about to come in and give you your sports updates.
Now, welcome back, everybody. So right now on your sports update, the first headline is Swartek beat Polonium to win Senate title. Igor Swartner defeated Jasmine Poland 7-5 to win her first Senate Open title, making her 11th WTA 100 crown. The six-time Grand Slam champion hit 9 acres and converted all 6 breakpoints, not dropping a set all week. Swartek now eyes a second U.S. Open title after winning Wimbledon last month, and will compete in the revamped mixed doubles event alongside Casper Ruud. She's just 2 WTA 1,000 titles shy away from Serena Williams. And in our second sports title, Jessie Kriel takes charge as Boks hit by injuries. Jessie Kriel will captain the Springboks in Cape Town after Sia Kolisi was ruled out for 4 weeks with a knee injury. Peter Stef de Toit with a concussion, Kat Lee Andries with a knee injury, and Willem van die Merwe with an ankle injury are also sidelined. Coach Rassie Erasmus praised Kriel's professionalism and leadership. The injuries follow South Africa's 38-22 defeat to Australia, where they surrendered a 22-0 lead, ending their unbeaten run and hopes of a rugby championship clean sweep. Player management will be key as the campaign continues. Now, on our third sports article, Chiefs chase a hot trick, Pirates under pressure. Orlando Pirates remain winless in the Betway Premiership after defeats to Skukuni and and gallons, piling pressure on the coach Abdisel Abdudu. A 1-1 empty and draw with Sanders offered brief relief, but Odudu has urged fans for patience. Actually, midweek fixtures see Pirates face Stellenbosch, while Kaizer Chiefs aim for a third straight win against Richards Bay. Durban City Gallants and Sukukuni also chase top spot, with Sundowns visiting Makesi and Amazulu hosting Gallants. Coach Nabi continues to guide Chiefs remotely during a family leave. Now, that is all for your sports update. So right now, we're going to head over to our financials and traffic.
How? Tommy, you still cooking with char, salt, and prayers? Yo. But don't stress, ungawari, because your time to shine in the kitchen is here. Amapele Pele Spices for Africa and the Vooka Breakfast Show have said, let's bless you with some spices that will slap harder than Umama's 7 colors. Vooka Flavor Fridays is here. We're serving flavor, vibes, and vibes with flavor. Flavor Fridays is the only plug you need to turn your kitchen into a 5-star chill spot. For 8 weeks, you stand a chance to win spice hampers that take your meals from meh to just by subscribing and tuning into your daily dose of positivity for an energetic start to the day. So Hypo, what are you waiting for? Don't miss out. Flavor is calling. Waza. Officially inside, man. Yo, rise and shine, Vooka Nation. Siazi, man. Siazi. Mornings are not easy, but we make it easier, you know? Because, of course, we wake up with you. Si Vooka nani, so nani, Vugani nati. And I see that you guys are coming into the chat to show that you guys are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to seize the day. I'm loving the energy, guys, because, of course, it's an energy exchange right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Because yilente siyenzayo la sifuna ukukhuluma, sifuna ukuthi nisitshele ukuthi zikhiphani ngani. We want you guys to engage, so keep engaging. And of course, there is a number that you can call in, send voice notes, send pictures, videos, whatever's on your mind to 060-493-3226. And of course, right here in the comment section, I see Ulwetu coming in to say, Asivuge mavuga amahle, and then she says good, or they say, because I don't know this person's gender, began mean. Good morning, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile, stay blessed. And then Ubu Mri coming in to say good morning, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile. And then again she comes back to say happy Wednesday, be blessed. Blessings all around. You know what? I love them blessings. And then Ulwetu coming to say hashtag happy Wednesday. Stephen Reactions Live comes in to say good morning, Vooka Nations and my Vooka soldiers. Amen. Stephen, nothing is ever even. Sending you the love, okay? We are seeing you right there, brother. Thank you so much for those well wishes. And of course, keep them coming, because we are going to keep you engaged with our jam-packed content, the exclusive content that you can only ever get exclusively and only on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And of course, you know, Uguti, right here we do the things that need to be done so that, you know, the day is productive. It's got the vibes. You know, the vibes are set, the vibes are right. And obviously you as well are coming in, you know, to seize the day, fully prepared, inspired, motivated. Ngoba yazini siyazi, man. At this time of the year, there's that dip that we all just experience. Like me, guys, I've been going through this dip, nje. Everybody, have you been feeling this thing in the air? But of course, as the days are getting warmer, this morning, when I saw that sunshine and I felt the warmth of the weather, guys.
Were you not just excited?
I was happy. I was feeling like, you know when you just like ding, 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 ding.
I've been waiting for this moment of my life so long.
Hey, you know what, man? It's about to be a good time. Summer is coming. Spring is about to officially be sprung. And I know maybe some of you, you didn't catch the picture of the day. But of course, just to let you know, the picture of the day today, because you know what? Spring is coming. I'm a bloom, about to sprout, about to bloom. So today, we gave you a multiflora flower market. And of course, if you didn't know, I'm a flower girly, man. I love flowers. Sunflowers, to be exact. Nothing puts a smile on my face, njenge sunflower. Sunflower, it's yellow, it's big. It looks like it's smiling at you somewhere, somehow, nje. I imagine a face on it all the time. Or maybe does it come from the fact that I watched Teletubbies growing up?
Can I give you a fun fact with sunflowers?
Yes.
Yes.
They turn with the sun.
Yes, that one I did know. Yes, sunflowers turn with the sun. So they follow the sun.
It reminds me of my other grandmother's garden. So right now, unfortunately, she doesn't have that garden anymore because she's getting pretty old. The eyesight is getting bad. But she had like sunflowers and corn.
Yo, I love it.
Like, I literally enjoyed passing by her house because I knew that I was going to see the sunflowers.
Is there got a specific reason why they plant sunflowers nombila together? Because I see that happening. That's the song. Like when they got gardens, when people plant, then you'll see like not far or just in the vicinity.
Maybe
there'll be like sunflowers. Is there a way maybe they feed each other when it comes to nutrients in the soil, or they compatible when it comes to share? I don't know, but something that we are going to touch on today, since it's Wednesday, know your rights, right? And of course, we will be touching on environmental law with our guest today, which is Ujune Stacey Marks, an attorney who, an expert at the law. And, she's going to come in to let us know and talk about environmental law and sustainability. Of course, we're seeing a call to preserve our nature lately. And, of course, with everything happening with, industries polluting our environment and, with development comes environmental impact. The more we grow as a society, innovate, and we become more convenient for us. Somewhere, somehow, the things we create to make our lives more convenient kind of inconvenience the environment. And we need to know what that means for us as citizens who are concerned about the environment, and of course, how we can make a difference and the impact that we make within our communities, our societies. And of course, we've seen Soweto joining the green economy. Whoop, whoop. And that, what? That's amazing. That's amazing. It's about time that, sonke, we do our bit to keep Mother Earth alive. And of course, it's Women's Month. And you know what? My statement remains, God is a woman, and God really is a woman, because you see, when we talk about Mother Nature, man, guys, something interesting that I'm sure that you didn't know about the picture of the day today, the multiflora flower market, is that the market's Grandy flower store is named after a type of magnolia known for its massive blooms. Did you know that? I bet you didn't know. And of course, that's why you got us. And then some of the rarest flowers sold here are King Proteas, South Africa's national flower, if you didn't know. I remember when we went out there and were talking about, remember on Nelson Mandela Day when we did 67 minutes?
Yes.
And we were talking to people on the streets, youth. And then we were asking them some questions about South African history, particularly pertaining to Umati. Hey, I'm an answer as well, guys. Tricky, but I mean, the one guy didn't know Guti, who was Mandela's wife. And I was like, yeah. So maybe you also didn't know Guti, the King Protea is South Africa's national flower. So now you know. And it's often used in luxury wedding decor. Wedding decor these days is getting, you know what? When you're getting married and, that's your day. And have you ever, were you one of those people, Everberry, where you've imagined, growing up, maybe you imagined like your dream wedding?
I'm wearing a black dress.
Were you in your dream wedding? You're wearing a black dress.
Yes, if it's not black, three options. If it's not black, then it's black and white. If it's not black and white, then it's red and black. I don't see myself wearing
it's giving
it's
goth. It's giving
I know,
emo.
man.
It's giving punk. It's giving
That's the whole point.
alternate girly, eccentric vibes.
And my favorite color of all time is black. Like most of my clothes are in black, and my grandmother always says, "Mina ngazi ukuthi uzile luba." Because of the way I love black. Like I have a whole lot of bunch of clothing in black. For me, it's my favorite color. I hate white because I know I'm a messy person, and when I see a stain, I get irritated. So for me, that's why I think that I'd never wear a traditional or typical white wedding dress.
Now, Connor, I think if you correct me if I'm wrong, the reason why white is worn in weddings is to symbolize purity, and that's when I get it, because mostly people would be getting married virgins, and then it would symbolize that
the same goes for the veil. If you're wearing a veil, then that means you're still pure. You do not have a child. But for me, I don't think, man, a woman's purity should never. I don't, because I don't think that a person's purity should be related to their sexual life, or so to say,
their sexual experience.
Yes, a person, for me, I consider a person to be pure if you're actually pure of heart. If you do not have an ill intention for other people.
True.
If you're able to see and mine is not going anywhere, but you're still able to feel happy because at least there's somebody in your circle who's becoming successful. For me, that's what makes a person have pure intention, or makes a person pure. Being able to be happy for other people who are succeeding in life, even if you feel like your life has taken maybe 5 steps or 10 steps backwards, because we may all came in the world same, maybe we may share the same birthday, but our paths will never be the same, and the journey that we all take towards success will never ever be the same.
That's quite true, everybody. I like that.
Person's actions make them
Can a person's actions make them impure, you mean? Banele. Unpure is not a word.
Yeah, they can.
Hey, we do word of the day.
They can. I would
Teaching
think
people
for me,
vocab.
they
It's
can.
impure.
When you do good things into the universe, it's you showing how maybe a sign of purity, or how good a bad thing can turn out to be. But we all say that everybody is born good. Nobody is ever born bad. You are the one who makes those decisions to turn yourself bad. And unfortunately, there's some people stuck in situations where you have families that may lead you on a bad path. But in the end, it is also up to you yourself to decide which I am leaving this and doing something good for my life. If family I'm going to work somewhere to become a good person, or to become a better version of myself. We may be born into some bad situations, but in the end, it's always up to you whether you'll become the rotten apple, or basically rise up and become a new sprout.
Man, rise up or become a new sprout. Is that what you said, Everberry? Wow, okay. Well, something that's sprouting right here is, of course, us and you. Your inspiration, your mind, because you know what? We're sharing right here, an energy exchange. And I see you guys, more of you are coming into the chat, with Priscilla Maimani saying, good morning, happy Wednesday. And then she's coming back with, Sivugile, we up and running, family. I love to hear it. That's the vibes. And then Zinzi Elizabeth coming to say, good morning, Vooka Nation, and the best breakfast team located in the heart of Soweto, Sivugile, and woke up feeling blessed. Wishing blessings upon you, beautiful ladies. Mwah, 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 mwah. I love it. 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 It's amazing. It's beautiful. We're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's a beautiful day. Hey, we're not. Hey, I am going to punch them. Yes. Ngifuna ukucheka ukuthi nivukile nilalanga lapho, And of course, don't sleep on these conversations that we have coming up with you. We're going to speak environmental law with our attorney, Ujun Stacey Marks. So speaking of the environment, what's your favorite flower and why? Have you ever gifted someone flowers or been surprised with a bouquet that made your day? We're talking all things getting over the midweek slump. We're talking all things just going over, the hurdle to the finish line, which is Friday. And of course, right here, we aim to get you feeling all right, man, and get you to take that pause, that much needed pause, because obviously being positive is not something that happens to us. Sometimes you need, somebody or something to give you just a little bit of a boost when it comes to positivity. So,
TC, I can actually count the amount of times I've actually received flowers.
Can you?
And it's very sad.
But are you a flower person? Because
I am. I don't know. People just assume
people.
that I'm not a flower girly. I am. I love teddy bears, TC. You see, I see flowers, ne? But my love for teddy bears, bro, has been there for the longest time. My cousin, I think 2 years back, gifted me like a very gigantic teddy bear. And I was like, you know what? This one is for your birthday. Girl, can I tell you? My mom was like, nah, I want as like a child. Do not even start with me. That is my gift, my teddy bear. You leave it alone. It's like the biggest teddy bears ever. I am a flower girl. And for me, I love roses. It don't matter the color. If you just give me roses, I want to be able to smell my roses.
Buy me a rose. Call me from work. Open the door for me. Why would it hurt? Hey!
Girl, just buy me a rose.
Aye, man, it's Women's Month, guys. Spoil the women.
I need,
Spoil the women.
man.
Plus, it's Woman Crush Wednesday, man. Buy that woman some flowers. Open the door for her. Chivalry's not dead, guys.
When it is
or is
giving
it?
TC, but W on the chat.
Hey, when that W's in the chat.
And the W's today, it's now woman in the chat.
Of
You're the
course,
one leading, man.
Today, we are the ones doing the things. We are the ones giving you your daily dose of positivity for that energetic start to the day. And of course, we are going to, there's some good things are coming up because we still got your daily bread, your today's in history. And of course, if you have somebody celebrating their birthday today, don't forget to let us know. Send us their picture and of course their name. Tell us what you want to say to them. And of course, we'll give them that birthday shout out right here to say happy birthday. And let them know, man, that they are special because you know what? In case no one told you today, guys, you are special. And I know, Guti, like if you are like me and everybody, and maybe you also going through a dip in emotion, in motivation, in mood, I want you to feel, guys. Feeling is good. That's the one thing that guarantees us, Guti, you still got a pulse. Uyapila, guys. Ukfila is okay. But one thing I don't want you to do is falter. Feel, but don't falter, right? You are allowed to feel, guys. Vooka Nation, feeling is okay. And I encourage you to always go into and explore your feelings. Emotional regulation is important. And because it's Wellness Wednesday, and Wellness Wednesdays, we talk about the mind basket, I want you to think about that. Whatever it is that you're feeling right now, it's okay, feel it. It's not Guti, there is such a thing as toxic positivity. I think I spoke about it before, where, in a bid to try and be positive, you kind of, do away or kind of shun away or oppress the bad feelings. That's also a bad thing because they will always come back and you'll never understand why they're coming back.
Well, I gladly suffer from positive toxicity.
Toxic positivity.
Yona leyo.
Why?
I do. I have always I've never been one person to actually literally get down to my feelings. And for me, growing up the way I did, I hate showing emotional breakdown. For me, it feels like that's me basically showing out my flaws, or also showing out basically the fact that I can be weak. So for me, emotions are like my kryptonite.
Wow. No, I can understand how they can be your kryptonite, especially like when it comes to not being able to actually regulate them and not wanting to feel and face up to the emotions that you're feeling. So, I mean, it's okay. Feel, everybody. But remember, what did I say? Feel, but don't falter. Feel. It's okay. Feel. Don't.
One day I'll come back to you.
No, man. God made us who we are because those nurturing abilities are what makes you a good sister, a good mom, or mom to be, as maybe. Maybe
Thunder fire.
I know there's a friend of mine right now, man.
Thunder
Just the other
fire
day,
you.
she was the last person I expected to be a mom. Like
Again?
No, not again, but just to be a mom. She's pregnant, and I was like, yeah. But yeah, you know, auntie, friend, man. And since it's still Women's Month, man, whether you're a sister, a mom, or a mom to be, or an auntie, a friend, you know, it's okay to feel because, you know, that makes us who we are as women.
Do you know who I'm feeling for right now?
Who? Me?
Umama Vooka.
Man, Umama Vugan. Shout out to Pearly, man. Shout out to you if you're watching, Pearl. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Hello.
Hope the motherhood journey is going amazing right there wherever you are. And of course, you know, send us those pictures whenever you feel comfortable.
Hey, manje, after 3 months, Pell.
Yeah, obvious, you know,
we are
tradition,
Africans.
culture, we Africans, right?
We are
here.
Africans
and we
after
gotta
3
celebrate
months.
that. And there's a reason for that, man. Energies. Mina,
It's just
all about
too
that
much,
energy,
man.
I'm all about that energy.
I remember my neighbor.
Protect your energy, Mina, guys. That's always me. That's me. Wherever I am, I'm always going to ever advise you to protect your energy. Protect that energy because that energy is part of what makes you who you are. So I mean, and who you are is not AI. You are not a robot. So that's why I'm encouraging you to feel. Right? And since we are talking about feeling, you know, and since it's Wednesday, we're all about good vibes. But I want to talk about something that hides behind the smile. Right?
Which is
toxic positivity, like I started the conversation with. I mean, you've heard it before. Just stay positive. Everything happens for a reason. Others have it worse, so be grateful. I know we've all heard those words. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? Positivity can be powerful. That's why we are the daily dose of positivity that gets you that energetic start to the day. But when it's used to silence real emotions, it becomes toxic. It's like putting a smiley face sticker on a cracked mirror. The cracks are still there, fam. Yes, that face, Everberry. So, did you know that psychologist Susan David calls this emotional rigidity? So that is when we deny difficult feelings instead of working through them. And here's the kicker, right? Toxic positivity doesn't just hurt the person going through something. It also makes the listener feel like they have to fix instead of support.
I know me, it's fine. Me, I just ask for a hug. Don't give me.
I know, man.
Don't give me
a hugger. When she said just hug her, she'll cry. Even if she'll cry into your shoulder, and then she'll get like, then she'll make a joke. Like she'll be like, wipe her snotty nose on your jersey or whatever. Like,
I didn't wipe my snot, Tizzy. I wiped my tears. What's wrong with you? Hey, Tizzy, so you're getting out a different picture of me.
Hey, it's okay. Even when you ugly cry, guys, that's an emotion, and it's an emotion that is valid. That's the thing, man. I refuse to ugly cry in public. The other day, right, he said take scene. And this man, right, I can see he's not okay for some odd reason. Angazi, Musi likes to say it's almost as if mina my energy, you know, it attracts the people that are not okay. You know, so guy he moves from the place where he's sitting, move. I hear sniffling. Plus, I mean, this is around, you know, it was deep in the winter, Guba Mnyama, around Boma 6. So it takes already Mnyama, right? So, and I'm just hearing, and then when Magdula, my street lights cast that shadow inside the taxi, and I just see like on his face, like signs of tears. And I'm like, yo. As that thing over indo daikali. No, man. Amanga indo tiakala. And it's okay. It's valid. Because you don't want, you know, and that is why, like, even now, we're still dealing with the highest rate of suicide being amongst men. because of that narrative. And that's what I mean when I say toxic positivity. To force people to not deal with or to kind of invalidate their negative emotion. Negative emotion exists. It's like negative energy. It will always be there. So negative and positive. There is no light without dark, and there is no dark without light. And that's why I say you're the yin to my yang, February. You're the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, and me, I'm that daily positivity. You know, you
Was I feel special? Can I have a tissue? Because I gotta
in case
eat
nobody
you.
told you today, you're special. I want you to have a good day, man. So Vooka Nation, let's get real with ourselves. Let's get real with our emotions. I want to hear from you right now. Have you ever been told to just be positive when you were struggling? And this was the struggle of your life. Hey, you were in there boxing, man, demons and fighting for your life. And somebody, you're there screaming, crying out for help. Not physically, but nje uyabonakala emotionally, you're going through a lot. And umuntu avelathi, just be positive. Other people have it worse. And what's a phrase you just wish people would say instead? Something that actually helps. So, instead of just stay positive or, man, other people have it worse. What is the one thing, everybody, maybe when you're sad, you'd like to hear someone say instead?
Can I give you a hug?
Aw, okay, good.
Because for me, I love hugs and I love giving hugs. And most people who've met me will notice that I always give them hugs, and I tell them that hugs are free. You don't have to pay anything. If you want a hug, you can get a hug. There's a friend of mine who lives on the following street. Like, she likes the hugs that I give her.
Yes.
Like, she literally just sent me a text like, "Bro, I need a hug." I would leave my house, TC, go over to her place and just give her a hug.
Oh man,
Like,
you're
she
a
can
hugger,
literally
ngiyabona,
just send me a text like,
physically.
I can.
Physically fit. Thanda kabi ukubambana.
Ndlebe zakho, TC.
No, but there's something about hugs, man.
Because for
hugs,
me, it also felt like it's an energy exchange of some sort.
Yes.
Because sometimes, depending on the height, but even the height doesn't matter. But a hug offers warmth. It offers a sense of security.
Okay.
That's why I love hugs, and that's why I love giving hugs. Because when I feel like, you know what, I can't talk about whatever I'm going through, but with a hug, I feel safe. I feel secure.
Aww.
I feel the warmth.
Well,
I feel
a fun
love.
fact that you would love to know, Afriberry, about hugs is that hugs release oxytocin, often called the cuddle hormone, which helps reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and even boost your immune system. So just a 20-second hug can trigger a wave of calm and connection that lasts long after the embrace.
That's why I love hugs, man. Because like I said, they make a person feel warm. For me, they make me feel warm, and because I know how they make me feel, hence I love giving them. You never know what a person is going through. So even if I don't see that you're going through something, I just like, "Oh, hi, how are you? You good?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm good." I'm like, "Do you mind a hug?" Because at the moment, I may not be able to see that you're currently going through something, you're not okay emotionally, and everything that's going on currently, it's like just a facade, so people do not see you break down, but I just offer you a hug, so you know what, yeah, good rough. Mari, you know what? Here's something that'll at least put the calm to the very heavy waves that are going on in your heart.
And your mind can be the most dangerous place to exist in, man.
Yay.
Hey, that thing, man, it can be your best weapon and your worst. Hey, it's a blessing and a curse at times. I mean, my mind, I love my mind. My mind is a beautiful place to be, but it can be a very dark place to exist in. So, I mean, again, Vooka Nation, we love hearing from you. So come into the chat, talk to us. Let's get real together. I want to hear from you. Again, I want to hear, like you see, Everyberry sharing her truths, about her emotions. That's what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So let me know, we were talking about toxic positivity. Have you ever been told to just be positive? Or, man, someone has it worse. Maybe it's not that bad, and made you feel like your feelings are invalid during that time, and you are struggling. In your world, and you everything is dark, and you're struggling. And what's a phrase that you wish people would say instead? Something that would make you feel better, something that won't make you feel invalidated, or that your negative emotions are not even real emotions, like it's things that don't exist, making you feel alone, even worse, alone than you already feel like, obviously, in that moment.
Another thing that I actually love to do to basically maybe just vent out without saying a single word. Those I get away to paintball, and then there's the smash house where you basically go in and just smash things.
Yes.
I would love that.
Oh wow.
You see that one?
Yes, that is a good. Ooh,
I would definitely love that.
Good stress reliever. The smash houses, guys, those are great stress relievers. I love that. Just to go, wow.
You just smash alles.
It's like going for, at the
boxing
gym
and stuff, but for it, you just literally breaking things that maybe you can even identify
Safely,
maybe a
though.
TV
We're not
as your heart. You're like, yeah, when I I'm my mate.
Like, hey, when your job was to pump blood to my body, not this thing you're doing. What are these feelings? What is going on?
Confuse the enemy,
and I'm not understanding what's going on. You're confusing me right now. You're making me feel like the enemy. So yeah, we know, man, our minds can be a very dark place. So let's spread the love and keep the positivity, and that's good positivity. Good positivity is when you do acknowledge that the bad emotions, the bad exists, but you choose to say, you know what, I will take it all in my stride, and I will deal with it, and I will feel it, and I'll work through it. I understand that it's just right now, it's not forever, and maybe even if it's for more than just right now. And of course, you can always send us your voice notes, or let us know how you feeling, guys. We want to hear from you. To 060
060-493-3226. Our WhatsApp line is 060-493-3226. Be sure to send us a shout out and let us know what's happening right now. How are you feeling? How do you deal with emotions? How do you basically try to deal with the toxic positivity that everybody suffers for, including me? And of course, if you do have anybody that's actually celebrating their birthday today, don't be afraid to send them birthday shout outs on our comment section. And of course, you can also hit us up on WhatsApp. You can send us a picture of whoever you are celebrating today, and we'll definitely be sure to send them a shout out, and of course make them our Vooka celebrity birthday for today.
Man, the space is yours to share with us, and let's build a space where it's okay to say I'm not okay today, because that's where healing starts. And Vooka fam, remember that strength isn't in pretending everything's okay. It's in showing up even when it's hard. So let's keep it real together. And I see you guys are coming in the chat, joining in on the conversation. Zinzi Tembi Mngi coming in to say, beautiful ladies hosting the show, Izimbogoto. Yes, Mamgo. Doing it for the ladies, it's Women's Month, and of course it's hashtag Woman Crush Wednesday. So who else if not us? And then Utembi Mni also coming in to say, a very good morning team, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivigile on a lovely Wednesday. And she comes to say, wishing you a peaceful, fulfilling day ahead. God bless you, Vooka team and Vooka Nation. You know what something I love about Tembi, man? She always passes the vibe check. The vibe check is always got the tick next to her. And of course, she's a star, because of course she's got a star next to her name there.
Superstar.
Star Saruna. The Vooka fan. And of course, laughter is good. That's true, Mam Tembi. Laughter is good. Laughter is good for the heart, for the soul, for the mood, for the energy. And of course, Wednesdays are obviously comedy Wednesdays. The last comedian, the last comedian, comedian. Angazi kwenzakala, and vocab is not doing the things. But again, word of the day is coming up, so obviously stay tuned so you know what today's word of the day is. And Moose is always coming in with these words, man.
Always coming in with these words, but
so laughter is the best medicine. So we will keep maybe things laughter is hilarious. Angazi mina no every if we funny, if we not, it's okay. Ugwenu. And then Ubanele Mngqi coming to say, no man, TC, he probably had flu. No, he was crying, bro. It's like when you and Steven are like, you would never let a guy nap. In that moment, funny enough, when I saw that guy crying, I thought about how Steve and Manele were like, yeah, no, I would never let like a person, a guy especially, a taxi, even no matter how tired they are, especially if it's a guy. I'm like, how? That guy was literally crying. He looked sad, guys. So you wouldn't comfort another brother. He's your brother. You know, what happened to the brotherhood? Tina sine sisterhood, that's his name. Angalali. Marukatele banele, like life is hard. A hagnyana, like in my bro, it's going to be okay. Angazi. Toxic masculinity is also a thing. He was crying and Banele what?
I would give him a hug.
Okay, you'd give him a hug because he was crying.
Yeah.
Only because he was. But if he was tired, you wouldn't give him a shoulder to rest on. Ooh, yazi la mazodza. Bese bathi hey abafaki abafuna ukusupporta mara bona basupportana. Bana ma T's and C's banam mabamele basupport. Hey. Man, Everberry gives me hugs all the time, and when like she just mentioned now, when she said, "Who's the one person that gives a hug here?"
Nice 20-second hug.
A 20-second hug. Okay, there.
Guys, no, not like that. No, not like that.
Spreading
TC.
the good energy.
No, TC. No, you guys must face each other.
Oh, don't be weird. I'm sitting. I'm doing my job. Like and then Banele comes. Now you come to say with hugs. Then we get makeups on our shirts. Yeah, bese bakbuza ukuthi lipstick kabanle. Akaban puti le lipstick. Mara, you can explain. Good eye, babes. Like, you know what? She was feeling sad. I gave her a hug.
How do you hug without getting makeup on your shirt?
Hugging a girl with no makeup on? I don't know.
Oh, you know what I do? You know, I get what
How do you
he's
hug
saying.
without getting makeup on your shirt? Hugging a girl
I
with no
actually
makeup
get what
on?
he's saying
I don't know,
because
Manele.
TC, even for example, have you ever noticed that when I have my makeup on, I barely give you hugs?
No, I hug like this when I have makeup on. Like, I make sure my face it's not that comfortable. Bury my, into your nook thingy.
I know, and
No,
for
it's
me
not that
it becomes
comfortable
like
hug.
it's a hug.
It's a very
but then I-
professional hug. Ngoba life sweni.
It took time, honey.
I'm made up.
It took time to bake.
Angifuni ukuthi uzomesha i-face beat yami.
So virtual hugs, do they count?
Virtual. Oh no, like, okay, I'm giving you a virtual hug.
Oh, you know what?
Virtual hugs don't count, man. It's the thought that counts, though.
Oh, you know what hug I do, TC, if I don't want to get my makeup on somebody's
What?
face? Oh, hi, Tali.
Oh yeah, the the French greeting.
Yes, the French greeting. Mwah.
Very snobbish, very uppity, very demure. Hey, Nina, hi, yazini sometimes. But then again, the time just hit 8:10. And we've been talking for a little bit. So I don't know, maybe you need a re-up on that brew that you got going on right there in Teshisayo, because I know, Mina Yashisanami, but you need something else, Eshisayo, to keep you going. So grab that hot cup or something, something delicious, Nyana, and join us right after the break.
Hey family,
Hi, my name is Tisiga Mazbugo Shabalala.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
my name is Musi Miss
My name is Ketsu Mguni
on the Vooka
Vooka Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various aspects from different fields.
We're going to take care of you and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blink-On Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
Well, yeah, Shopping Blossom anyway. Yes.
Wow.
Escape the ordinary and discover the extraordinary with Swell Appeal Tours. Whether you're a group of friends or a family looking for a memorable getaway, Swellapil Tours has you covered. Our all-inclusive tours take you to South Africa's most stunning destinations, from the scenic beauty of Mpumalanga to the vibrant life of Gauteng and the coastal charm of Durban.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as you know, we always keep you entertained and make sure that you have everything that you need. Kona la Vooka Breakfast Show, and obviously not forgetting your daily dose of positivity. But right now, I'm going to take you into some very historical events that happened very ancient times ago. Yeah, they happened a long time ago.
But history is made every day, everybody. Even us.
Nompana maganate tuzothi ancient times.
Yo, Mom, how did it feel like that time? Yeah, that time you had to walk to school? Because I'm like, I don't understand my baby.
He's going to ask me, how did it feel like that time you had to walk to work?
Damn.
Because you know that my mama, the only workout she get in her body is the one she does when she goes to work.
But isn't that a positive step, like in the right direction?
It is.
Yeah, it is. It's the only workout I'll do.
I love that. I love that you said that.
Travel to work.
No, I don't travel. I walk to work. That is my only workout
least you don't
included in
hobble.
the day. Like literally.
She walks.
Yes.
She don't hobble. She walks.
Yes.
It's an exercise. I guess that's why we do is in this fun about hiking and don't.
You ngakhumbula ngiwa hiking and trailing.
Ooh, sisters. Correct.
I felt just literally when the hike was already done, TC. I la mina ngawa izinqa zathi mpe.
Okay.
Ngawa like I fell on my bosom. Though my butt's not hurt that much. Like it was painful. I've been hammering a package. It would look like I just gave birth.
Ooh, gooby.
I had a wobble after the fall.
Yo, hi, Afro baby.
I had a wobble after the fall. So right now in historical events, in 1597, the first Dutch East India Company ships returned from the Far East. So in 1597, the first Dutch India Company ships officially returned from the Far East. And then in 1619, slavery begins in mainland British colonies of North America when the first known African captives, approximately 20, land at Port Comfort, Virginia, before being sold or traded into servitude. Imagine the first slaves landed in 1619.
I did a documentary about the Dutch East India Company.
Oh, Banele, you did a documentary on the Dutch East India Company. Okay, when?
1652. Like I've got it in my head.
Oh, you've got it in your head. You didn't actually do it.
I did.
Share it so it's a real thing, man. Like, can we please share it so we know it's real? Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, okay. As we are waiting, everybody's still going to give you those interesting facts because, like I said, if you don't show it, it's not real.
And then in 1993, also Oslo Peace Accords are signed after secret negotiations in Norway, and a public ceremony in Washington, D.C. is held the next month.
Yo.
Hey, Baba, by the sign was and then when you come in sport, in 1920, American Professional Football Association forms with Jim Thorpe as president and later becomes the National Football League. So the NFL actually started in 1920. It only changed the name later on officially from American Professional Football Association to the NFL later that year. And then in 2000, PGA Champions Men Golf, Valhalla GC Tiger Woods wins back-to-back PGA titles after 3-hole playoff with Bob May, becoming the first to win 3 majors in a calendar year since Ben Hogan in 1953. Hey, Tiger Woods, you're busy, yo. Now I'm also going to bring you a did you know fact, obviously about something that also happened in history. So did you know that the British Prime Minister Churchill says of the Royal Air Force, never in the field of human conflict was much owed by so many to so few. Okay, let me read it again. British Prime Minister Churchill of the Royal Air Force says never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. Which is very confusing. It feels like a riddle. I want to talk about a riddle. Ooh, yes. And then when it comes to celebrity birthdays, so celebrity birthdays for today, we are celebrating Andrew Garfield, as we know him as the first. No, the second was he the first or the second Spider-Man?
He's the second, I think, because I get it. The first was Toby. And then I think he came after that. He broke, because I get it, he came in as the Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, yes, yeah. He's the second Spider-Man. So Andrew Garfield is turning 42 today, but still looks very 20.
I know.
And then we are also celebrating Demi Lovato. Now, Demi Lovato is turning 33 today. Happy birthday, Miss Demi.
Oh, Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
Really?
Que Lovato, Lovato. Anyway, I'm black. Lovato.
It's Demi Lovato.
Hey, Baba. She can't even pronounce. Why should I stress out her name? Because she can't even pronounce my name. She can't. She cannot say She can't even say Kiamukhetswe. So why should I stress myself? Demi Lovato.
That's your name on Facebook.
Now you're telling the Vooka Nation where to find me.
That's her name on
I
Facebook.
don't have them on Facebook. No. No, it's fine though. You know where the danger is.
You know where the danger is. What's the danger, sis?
Being able to spot the actual account.
Man, you all know her face. You'll just spot her with those, beautiful tribal marks on her face that she made.
Tissy, you're a snitch.
Yes, I'm a snitch, man. I will snitch. What if your future husband is sitting right there watching
Which
us
future
right
husband?
Asas.
He would have slid in my DM a long time ago.
Oh, can't you want? Good to buy my slide in the DMs.
Yeah, no, my DMs are open for table discussion.
When they come into my DMs, all they want is bang. Afro baby.
TC, all they want from you is money. Yeah.
I'm like,
girl,
guys, you know what? But maybe, because I remember this one lady where I used to, like this one lady and the security guard that worked at the company that I used to work at. Ati, you know what, sis? Like, you are giving off rich aunt vibes. Like, you just look like somebody who would have money. Like, your vibe, your aura, your energy, something, when you walk there, maukuluma, something about you just says you have money. And then your spirit says, like, you're somebody who is liberal with the money. And I'm like, I used to be like that until I realized, nina nthanda ukuthatha advantage. Nina umuntu onenhliziyo enhle nje. And that's when I was like, I realized, but you know what? As much as energy is something we give, even sometimes without noticing it, protect it, guys. So we have to have boundaries.
And then today we're also celebrating David Williams. And David Williams is a comedian and he's turning 53. And then we're also celebrating Misha Collins. Now he's turning 50. Misha Collins, have you ever watched the Hi, TC, I remember it and it's gone. What was that that show that had about Dean and Sam? the TV series that had Dean and Sam. Is it Supernatural or something like that?
Oh yeah, Supernatural. Yes, the twins.
Yes, the brothers.
Jensen Ackles, is it?
Yes. So the
Jensen
guy.
Ackles is. I used to have a huge crush on him. I think it was on Days of Our Lives or something where I first saw him, or some other soap opera and she. Angisakhumbuli igama lakhe on those soap operas, but nje Jensen Ackles, I remember having a crush on him when I first saw him somewhere in G. Jensen Ackles. So it's Jensen Ackles.
Better way to spell her fast.
Jensen Jensen Ackles. Jensen Ackles. Ooh, that guy. Ooh. Yo.
Oh,
Is it Bold and the Beautiful?
no.
Hi, that can't be the same guy. Hi, Manele.
Oh.
No, Bo, we are not Supo, Lona. Mazupo, Manele. When uzosinikeza the wrong information.
Yeah, so when I love ngikhuluma ngaye ngithi he plays the character Cassiel ku Supernatural,
Yes,
the angel, the fallen angel.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
man. So yes.
Not that I don't like Bo, but like that's not Bo, sir. Like,
No man, I think you did play Bo
That
Brady.
ain't Bo, man. That ain't Bo.
I'm anticipating
Did he?
Bo, yeah.
Did he? Can we confirm? Angeke. Nina mang. Angazi, Mama Tembi Mngi, do you still remember Bold and the Beautiful? Our Days of Our Lives and things. Nje, sicela usitshele confirm
Abo
ngoba
Passions.
banele unamang. Banele usiqambela mang.
Or maybe I talk about passions.
Yo. Ay, Vanille has confused like just because Tina's kumbule we weren't alive. We weren't
Ubo beka crash agathisi banele. Understand, man.
Jensen Ackles was
understand.
my crush. Ukuthi uBo bekubani angazi.
Yes, man. And then today.
definitely.
And then we're also celebrating Ben Barnes, who's actually turning 43, and he's an actor. He's an English actor who became known for portraying Prince Caspian in the Two Chronicles of Narnia films. He also starred in films The Big Wedding, The Words, and Stardust. He moved to TV upon landing a sizable role in HBO's Westworld.
Ooh, well, to add to Afroberry's fabulous list of celebrity birthdays, you know, Sisemzansi Tina Standa ma South African because we are patriotic like
Name
that.
them.
You know, and the South African celebs that are having their birthdays today is Peter Steph du Toit, and he is a South African rugby union player from Cape Town who was born on August 20th, 1992, and he is also celebrating his birthday today. So if, you know, the rugby championship the championship game, Champion League, whatever. But rugby is on right now. I'm seeing all the Bok Love and everybody, you know, showing the support and doing the things. Love it for y'all. And then, of course, Andrew Sierman, and he is also an association football player from Johannesburg, and he's birthday is today, of course, and he was born in 1986. And then Rudolf Streoli, and he is a South African rugby union footballer and coach who is residing and living in Pretoria or from Pretoria, and was born in 1963. There's a street in Tepisong with this name. Dulcie September. Dulcie September is a South African political activist, and they were born in 1935 in Athlone, Cape Town, and today they would be celebrating their birthday. So that's, since we also speaking historic figures, history, Dulcie September. Do you know Dulcie September?
No.
Okay, let me quickly check out
history mina school.
Dulcie. Yep, so that's Dulcie September.
Me don't know her.
So, a fact on Dulcie September, man. Dulcie September is obviously a South African political activist and an educator turned activist. Interesting fact. She was trained as a teacher at Batswood Training College and began teaching in 1957, joined the Cape Peninsula Students' Union and later the Teachers League of South Africa, using education as a tool for liberation. So she became a member of ABDUSA, which is African People's Democratic Union of South Africa, and later the Uchichan Club, a militant resistance group. And she was arrested in 1963 for her political activities and sentenced to 5 years in prison. She used her time behind bars to teach fellow inmates to read and write. So after her release, she went into exile in the UK and later France, where she became the ANC's chief representative in Paris. So she investigated illegal arms deals between France and apartheid South Africa. Her assassination is widely believed to be linked to this work. So she was assassinated, guys. So I know, like, it's Women's Month, and that's, for me, that is quite an interesting fact, and a significant member or a significant historical figure. Because I mean, if she was alive today, maybe she could have given clarity to that arms deal scandal that Jacob Zuma was a part of.
You know, funny enough,
it says here that she was assassinated. It's believed that her assassination was, linked to that particular investigation, where she was investigating illegal arms deals between France and apartheid South Africa. So it also makes me think how, honestly, when we speak of apartheid and the legacy that it's left, it's something that even the youth of today still have to deal with, because scandals or things that were done in apartheid are still, some of them are still upheld in today's day and life, in today's society. And I mean, that one scandal that Jacob Zuma was involved in when it comes to the arms deal. And I mean, imagine her, she was fighting that with the apartheid government. And to think that after apartheid was ended here in South Africa, and then we came into a democratic rainbow nation, South African view of South Africa, and then that government, which was a black government, still carried on and had a scandal that was connected to illegal arms deals. Mara ke mo le ba mmuela ke yole ke MK, and MK is really getting support in some minority groups, especially the disadvantaged society groups. No, MK is like, especially KZN, Joe. I think it's also the symbolism of the name. I think he chose that purposefully.
Which one?
MK, because he knows that it resonates with people who understand this, who know the struggle.
Yeah, it is true. Like, the name itself carries like a whole lot of weight, especially when you look at some of the struggle heroes that we still currently have right now. Mm-hmm. But in a way, like the MK, proper original MK veterans are not living good lives, man. Some of them, Joe, like, I know in my hood, there are some MK veterans, and South Africa's not doing what it's supposed to be doing for those people who fought apartheid, the people who ended up becoming spies so that we can become liberated. Right now, some of them are just basically impilo kai phambili laba batholi fame bathola phezulu abo Ramaphosa abo Mantashe jo bale phezulu bahlele jo. And then you're thinking about the other fellow comrades they fought with, they are not living a good life like they are living, and it begs to, like, it really shines light on like
here, man.
Yo, like, it's a lot, man. Like Nyamel function at TC, it's a lot, man.
Hey,
like, it's a whole lot, man.
Wait, Banele, you and Hugs. I feel like today that's gonna be one thing he's gonna use to irritate me. Banele picks up things daily when I'm here to just annoy me with Nje, to test my limits. Nyamaz. And I'm testy. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Since you like Tupac so much. And still, because we're still on birthdays, a woman again in our history who would be celebrating her birthday today is Noni Jabavu. White City Jabavu. Yeah. Jabavu, yes. Unoni Jabavu, who was born on the 20th of August in 1919 in Middledrift, Eastern Cape. Her story is rich with cultural intersections and, of course, global movement with bold authorship. And, you know, she's somebody... you know, who also played
nice,
a role in our history. You know, she...
Look at that.
Yeah. Man, I love that hairstyle. Hey, it's giving, you know, those rich aunties.
It's giving it's about time to listen
it's
to
giving
Boomshak.
like, I am an educator, liberator of the nation. You know, anyway, she wrote herself into history. Her full name being Helen Nontando Noni Jabavu. You know, she was a writer. A black South African woman to publish autobiographical books internationally. So she wrote herself into history. Literally. Yeah. So she wrote herself into history, man. She's a literary pioneer and a cultural bridge and a voice that echoes across continents. She was one of the first black South African women to publish autobiographical books internationally. So, oh my goodness. No. Wait. Yes. The hand clap was the one I was looking for. Hand clap, because she was the first to ever do it. And, you know, black sisters out here doing it. Her works, Drawn in Color, published in 1960, and The Okra People, explored identity, displacement, and the tension between African roots and European life. She became the first African woman to edit a British literary magazine, The New Strand, in 1961. Her family was steeped in activism. Another activist. Her family, DDT Jabavu, was a Fort Hare professor, and her grandfather, John Tengo Jabavu, edited the first Xhosa newspaper. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that?
I'll take.
I knew you didn't. You didn't.
I just said from the way you answered.
You didn't know, but now you know. And then she lived a transnational life, educated in England from age 13, married to an Englishman, and traveled between South Africa, East Africa, and Europe. So, yeah. Yeah, you know. It's true, they like chocolate. Ubanele sometimes. But you know what? I'm loving the love that you are giving us in the comment section, because Uneli Swamnui comes in to say, good morning, fam. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Vooka Nation. Hashtag Happy Wednesday. So those are the birthdays today. And of course, if you want to be one of the celebs on our show that are celebrating their birthdays, or know somebody who is, you know, send them a birthday shout out, man. Send us a message. Let us know. Come into the comment section and wish them a
happy birthday! Woohoo! Yeah! Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Because you know what? You are special and you deserve to be celebrated. Your life is a memorable moment in history. And of course, we make history every day right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So to be part of the conversation, be part of the movement, joining the nation, the Vooka Nation, be a Vooka soldier, angaz. We're still trying to figure out what are we going to call them, Vele Afriberu.
I think I'm going to stick with the Vooka Nation, right? Instead of Steven, Vooka Soldiers.
Ufuna ma Vooka soldier, uthanda ma soldier. Asiyenpini, mali.
And it's always Vooka Soldiers. I'm like, okay, yeti amasocha namavuka bangena kupori ukuthi amasocha avuka
Hey, wait, no, that's true. That's true. Maybe. I mean, there could be some correlation there. There could be some correlation. Yeah, and of course, you know, we give you your daily inspirational message right here. Do we have one today? It's ingbone because I feel like mina vele nje ngi-inspiration myself. So tata mina, guys. Tata mina uzotholi inspiration elifini. Athi nginobungozi banele
Bungozi
akunabungozi
vele.
next. Ubungozi bani? It's you know what, sometimes it's good to live life on your tippy toes sometimes. Sometimes, you know, just to go brr.
Bothata ko ro ja Rice Krispies ka whiskey. Rice Krispies ka whiskey.
Well, I mean, it is a symptom of my mental health condition. Risky behavior. No, I was just putting it out there. You know, borderline personality disorder is the most misunderstood, most misdiagnosed, and most stigmatized mental health disorder. Did you know that?
Can I ask something?
What?
Ningagugu.
Yo, sisters, it's because I'm living on the borderline of neurosis and psychosis, Nila. Yeesh, I'm working that.
Because I bet you what
Amen. Sometimes it's a party living in my body.
Yay, bruh.
Sometimes it's a party. We have like conferences.
You
board
know, like
meetings.
sometimes y'all just call each other. They're like, you know what? Right now we need to discuss where we're going. I feel like we're not going where we want to be.
You know what?
And then you're like, love. Do we get love enough? Hate? I gotta stop using the you the most.
Plus when you're a poet, eh? Plus when you're a poet, do you get poetic when you're like sad? Are you able to get poetic when you're sad?
I do, you know.
Really? I mean,
and
I know that, you know, our creators find inspiration, motivation for their art or for their creativity, mostly from like experiences that really change them.
Yeah, it's like, true, man, and it's very sad that I haven't been able to perform this year. Like, and I'm so disappointed in myself that this year I haven't even hit up the stage. Guy one TC. Like, no, the stage is like either perform or sing.
What? Did she ask for and consent, Banele? You see, you're a man. You need to understand consent. Did she ask? Did she ask? No. Did she ask? You see, men don't understand consent. Did she ask? She has to ask for it. You don't just give it to her. Like you have, she has to ask. Consent, Manele. Remember, you're a man. Consent. Consent. Yes. You must ask.
Ask for a hug.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes.
Now's not those times. Give her a hug.
You're so annoying. You know, when you have that like brother endlini gini or busy nje anoya. Yeah. Like yeah.
Give motivation through poetry.
Yo, ibakacane.
Hayi banele usile. Anyways, usile. Yathanda ukufaka ni pressure, but you know what? Umuntu that always encourages us to put pressure on ourselves for the good things, of course. It's Usaki Padi, the motivational speaker that we've always had on our show. Usaki Padi always gives us, you know, that word of the day, motivation, tonton, you know, he's that guy. And today's word from Usaki Padi is you are unstoppable, undefeatable, strong, worthy, favored, capable, restored, accepted, chosen, never alone, loved and appreciated. Yes, you. Ngikhuluma nawe. Wena obhekile la olalele, like Musi would say, wena oshebileng already saying right now, whatever he says. Hey Setswana guys, ngishe ngathuka. Ngishe ngathukana.
Tisu batla gore tlhapaola.
I was trying to be Musi for a minute, you know. Step into his shoes for a day. That thing he likes to say, yo, ngesiZulu.
Khuluma ka Sezulu ke tla khuluma ke tla bua.
Wena ori shebileng ori ready ori ready.
Re bua ka wena ne re lebeletseng go ba gapelene motho re reditseng teng ka ntlong fa o le gore dutse mo tema mo di maga sone setilo se o go thumetse ebile o utlwa ona mofutho le gore rona re moneletsa wone ka lone le rata le re le gore rona re tla ka lone ebile ne ra iamoge go amogetse ebile ne ra itebogela gore wena o kgone go tsa nako yona mo schedule sone sa go se leng gore se tsa se le thakgasanyana re itebogela gore o tlile teng ha wa tlo ipsinya le rona ebile re solofela gore o tla go itumela ka dilo tse le gore rona re go tsholetse tsone re ya
yeah. What?
I don't know what schedule is in Setswana. I won't lie. My grandmama gave up. I mix everything.
Multilingual. You
My
do
grandmama
live in a
gave
very
up. I
colorful
mix
country.
everything. Like she knew this one.
Rainbow Nation.
Like she's even today she cannot figure out how I passed French and failed Setswana.
Hey, sisters, good tricky nje lapho nama understand language
She
yakini
could-
ayifeyila mari language abanye abantu. Same way, mara got like yazini
It's honestly difficult, Joe. Yeah, when in high school, my Venek teacher proudly told me, "Guti nana, when upalish China, angazi nokuthi uphasa kanjani." Like he proudly told me, it's like, you know, when it comes to talking, what's was trying to say mara motho ga go neletsa buka le pena a re kwala. Yai, yung kwala se China ngwana. And like he literally told me, like, whatever you're writing, you're writing jing jing bao. I don't understand what you are writing.
that's the
But for
beauty
some
of the
weird
human
reason, you
brain.
always pass with your jing jing bao.
That's the beauty of the human brain, man. And that's why we have segments like the Mind Basket, of course, you know, Wellness Wednesday. But then, you know, I hope that you took those words from Saki Padi and you're going to, you know, let them warm you and comfort you if you're going through a bad day. You know, yeah, so don't fold. Keep playing, Vooka Nation, with these words from Saki Padi. Let me repeat them just one last time in case you didn't get it the first time, right? It's you, right? You, Vooka Nation. Wena. O shebileng o reditseng right now. You, olalele, opeyile. You are unstoppable. You are undefeatable. You are strong, worthy, favored, capable, restored, accepted, chosen, never alone, loved and appreciated. Yes, you. So, of course, Vooka Nation, let's keep playing into the week and, of course, make it to that finish line, which is a Friday. And, of course, Wednesdays are the halfway mark of the week. And, you know, I just want us to cycle back a little when we're just going to go into a little mind basket discussion just before we welcome our guest, right? At, I think, 9 o'clock. Is it 9 o'clock? Yes, at 9. I want us to discuss this a little bit because I know this past weekend at Dobsonville we witnessed something truly, truly special. The Raising a Warrior experience, you know, the mother and daughter event that wasn't just a celebration, it was a reminder of the quiet power that women carry in our communities. From the laughter shared and words of encouragement to just that smile to let you know that you are not alone. We told stories, heartfelt stories across and between generations. It was clear motherhood isn't just a role. It's a legacy, Afriberry, because you and I are both mothers and mother figures in people, in little lives. So it got me thinking, right? What does parenting really look like today? And how are mothers navigating the pressures of modern life while still holding down the fort emotionally and being the heartbeat of the home? So we saw women at the event who are raising children, running businesses, caring for elders, and still showing up with grace. But we also heard the unspoken truths, the exhaustion, the expectation, and the need for support. So today, we're opening the mic up for mothers and we're discussing, you know, the parenting as a whole. And, you know, you can also join this conversation. Let us know and your thoughts as we go in. And, you know, we're opening up the mic. You know, call in or drop us a voice note. What does motherhood mean to you since it's Women's Month, you know? And how has parenting changed in your household? And how can we as a community better support the women who are raising the next generation? You know, let's talk about it. Let's be real, raw about this beautiful journey of parenting. Because, you know, we know there's those sleepless nights and then there's those proud moments when you see the vision that you had for your children, when you see the nurturing that you've poured into, the love you've poured into your little ones coming to fruition. at those school assemblies. I know, the one thing that I know was taken away from me from my childhood, because being raised by a single mom means, she sometimes misses those important moments because she has to work or has to be somewhere else. I missed those times because I was a child in school who won a lot of awards. So teachers would involve me in everything. Just like how here Vooka breakfast show.
You volunteered. Thank you very much.
Hey, marabang faga, I would wish she would be there, just to see her face in the crowd, not to just hear it from my teachers or hear it from my peers about, hey, man. By the way, I'm a Hall of Famer. May let's see you at my old school, and then you guys can see that my name has been written down. You know what? In history, when we say we make history every day, I am somebody that in that school they'll remember me. They'll know me for generations to come. I actually met somebody who is an author, and years later, in my creative work through Prime Cut Creatives, he's an author. His name is Prince Ndaba. And, we got to talking a little bit. And he's like, yeah, so I went to Bosco. I'm like, wait. Bosco Primary School. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, I went there. And he's like, really? My brother went there. Almost all my siblings went to Bosco. I'm like, what? Wild. I'm like, yeah, no, man. My name is right there in the hall. Obviously, it's my name.
Bragging in style.
Yeah, bragging. I'm giving myself my flowers, my flowers today. I'm crushing on myself.
For me, I think one of my heartbreaking moments from primary is then when I actually wanted to host a talent show at the primary school I went to. Bro, I got funding, bro. It was like literally when I'm like, keep isangena, Joe. Like, I'ma keep dashed me with the stickers. They gave me the baby Milo pants. They gave me the baby Milo hoodie. They gave me the shirt. I'ma keep. I had the cap. I'ma keep. Gave me like a whole set outfit. I'ma keep to give out during the talent show. And by then, Zola 7 I still have the letter that I never got, that I never posted to Zola 7.
Yo. I mean, I remember, no.
I literally still have that letter. And then just when everything was coming together, isikolo sacancela. I was like, what dumb lab. I mean, ngase ngabayeka mina ngagcoka baby Milo out there with my shorts. Because I was in my hip hop era and I was a straight up tomboy. I remember the first time my uncle saw me wearing a skirt.
Yeah.
He was shocked because mina bengifaka iskirt eburuku esikolweni. Bengafaka iskirt. What's in TC?
Yes, it's that. It's the skirt that also has like a thingy underneath, pants.
That's
yes.
what I wore. I never wore a skirt. Yes. So my uncle was like shocked the first time he saw me wearing a skirt, bruh. He's like, so you're a girl. Oh my gosh, I didn't think you were a girl.
Yeah.
Imagine your uncle telling you that, TC. And then I shocked him again. Then I started wearing heels. I was like, you can walk in heels. Now that's very fascinating. And then the thing that made them proud. Yeah. It's when I came back with a baby. That's when they confirmed I'm a woman.
Oh, wow. So wait, wait. No, but I mean, we're talking
I'm talking about my grandma. It's an experience that I had with my grandmother and my mom. Growing up, they just thought good to know. I'm like, this one doesn't do guys. This one is not into guys, because I had such a tomboy relationship growing up. It was very rare that you'd find me in a skirt or find me wearing heels or even putting on makeup on my face. So for them, it was like pretty shocking once I started doing all these things, like once in a while. Even in high school, like the high school that I went to, they knew good lo skete guy one, and what January 1 week after that ingaza waya. If you see her wearing a skirt again during the year, because I was part of the choir, just know good kunomuntu oshonile esikolweni, a teacher or a student, that's why she's wearing a skirt. But otherwise, I was never one for skirts. Like, I love pants, baggy pants, and I still do even right now. So they got shocked, and then my grandmother's like, okay, so it's officially confirmed. My baby girl dates men.
Yo, I mean,
Forever, yeah, I remember last time she's like, "Oh, Konja, I forgot you buy Konja, what did she say? I'm biconjugal."
Yeah.
She wanted to say I'm bisexual.
Ati biconjugal look kwakho.
Arai ke go lebetse Konja no bi o bi e ba ke keng so se le biconjugal ele ya banna le basadi ne e ke na no le bala mo.
Hey, biconjugal. I like that word, biconjugal.
So for me, as a mother, celebrating females this month. So for me as a mother, I just hope that I learn to basically be more open-minded, and not become like my grandmother.
Yeah.
Where she was she was a closed book and refused to recognize some certain things about me growing up as a kid, and is only starting to recognize them, like fully trying to be acceptable of those things right now. I just wish that I grow my son and let him be. I help my son grow.
No, you said you're growing.
Yeah, I grow him. He's a seed, Valley.
She is growing him.
I am growing. He's a seed.
How?
He fertilizer.
But yeah, man, the conversation is obviously going on right here. We're talking all things parenting today on the Mind Basket, especially when it comes to motherhood. From the time that we celebrated the raising, where we experienced raising a warrior experience with Dobsonville Mall this past weekend, it had me thinking, right, a little bit on motherhood, and shifted my perspective when it came to parenting as a whole, right? I mean, here are some facts, right? Let's open our hearts and minds this morning, right? Because behind every mama title is a story, sometimes joyful, sometimes heavy, always layered, because feelings are a layer. And let's start with the facts. Over 150,000 girls fell pregnant in South Africa in the 2022 to 2023 financial year. So every day, 365 teenage girls give birth in our country, 10 of them under the age of 15. And yet more women than ever before are choosing to delay motherhood until they're financially stable, emotionally ready, and career aligned. So motherhood used to be seen as a milestone that should be reached by a certain age. Do you agree, Afroberry? But today, many South African women are rewriting, or women across the world, actually globally, are rewriting that narrative. They're saying, I'll become a mother when I'm ready, not when society expects me to. So from Gen Z to millennial women, there's a growing trend toward intentional parenting. They're prioritizing education, mental health, and financial independence before starting families. And it's not selfish, it's strategic, it's survival. Because there is a crisis that we have noticed in our society, and that has been spoken about by our government, forums, discussions, conversations. Teenage pregnancy, a crisis that we cannot ignore. So teenage pregnancy remains a heartbreaking reality. It's not just about early motherhood, it's about interrupted education, limited job prospects, and a cycle of poverty that's hard to escape. We cannot escape that fact, because that is a societal reality we are currently living in. And let's be honest, many of these pregnancies are not planned, and that is the issue. Some are the result of statutory rape, others of limited access to contraception and sex education. So, I mean, I'm going to read something to you that I wrote, right? And I want you to think as I read, Oguti, this thing, vele to you, does it make sense to you? Or you're of a different opinion, right? So, everybody, we've seen on the socials, more and more women are celebrating not having children, where they'll come out like, I'm 25 with no kids, I'm 30 with no kids, and more often than not, it always sparks up a frenzy amongst women, and funny enough, it's always amongst women. Amongst women, like where it's like, what if, I don't like this word, but I'm gonna use it because it's a word that gets used. If you, there's those that come out and say, if you're 25 without children, maybe we nyumba. You know, maybe you're infertile. Why are you celebrating infertility? But guys, you just heard the stats. You just heard the stats of teenage pregnancy in our country.
It's not only because of females. I remember I got dumped before I had my son because I thought I couldn't get pregnant.
Really?
Did I not?
Oh yes, you did mention that once. Guti, the reason why you got thingied, it was because they thought you can't bear children.
Yes, because they thought that I couldn't bear children. And then after I got dumped, like a month later, he met another girl and got the chick pregnant. Ooh. So for him, it was almost like a slap in the face. And then for me, it was like, okay, yeah, whatever. But it kind of hurt a bit because it kind of left out questions. But this person only met a person like a month later after we broke up. And this person is already pregnant. And me and him have been dating for such a long time. And yes, we tried, but nothing ever happened. Could there actually be some truth in what he was saying? But then months under after a couple of months,
yeah, maybe it was not the seed that was supposed to be planted within you, man.
Please give her a hug.
Man, I'll give her a hug when she asks for one.
Will give me a hug when we are done now.
No, I always show compassion. Live, we did though. I did, and I am right now.
She gave you compassion.
You know what? When the show closes, she'll give me compassion. Just don't turn off the camera. Don't turn off the cameras. That's what I'm saying. Like mustard, and they're like, we're like bye.
Une controversy. But anyways, you know, Vooka Nation, we're still talking about parenting, and you know, as I was saying, there is a celebration, or more and more women coming up, waiting to have children, and you know, intentionally parenting if they have kids. So, you know, and there's always an argument on social media whenever someone posts, Uguti, I'm 25 with no children, Uguti, okay, is this due to infertility or is it a choice? So, and others coming out to say it's pick me behavior, yeah, you know, because we've seen on the socials how men are like, stepdad, I'm not gonna be the step-up parent, I don't want to date a woman with kids, it's too much work. And then there was this girl, there was this lady that came out,
kids, man.
Yeah, and then there was this lady that came out to say, you know, if you've had a child with more than 2 baby daddies, then that's why other women are a little bit not okay. The other women who have more than 2 baby daddies are not okay. Because something about DNA, that person's, you know, a lot. So this is a hot topic that continuously gets discussed on the social media streets. It's something that periodically comes up to be a discussion, as women bodies do, because angazi, there's this societal obsession with women's bodies and women in general, and then they come and say we are not the center of the universe, and then nothing, you know, that we don't run the world. Anything the man does is for the woman gaze, best believe. So anyways, celebrating the fact that you don't have a child is not pick me behavior. Not having kids when you're not ready is responsible and something to embrace. It's not about wanting to seem better than anyone else. It's about facing reality. In today's social and economic climate, I know I'm not in a position to have a child. So that is, you know, a thought someone would be having. Most of these women that choose to wait have, right? So I can't afford to feed a child when I can barely feed myself. I can't commit to early mornings for school runs when my nights are spent studying. I can't pay over 2,400 rand a month for medical aid to ensure a child gets proper health care or afford diapers when they run out in the middle of the month. These are real, practical barriers, and they matter. Guys, in South Africa, where teenage pregnancy has long been normalized, we're now seeing a decline in birth rates. That's worth celebrating. Choosing not to have children when you know you're not ready, whether emotionally, financially, or otherwise, is an act of responsibility. It's about prioritizing personal growth and stability before taking on one of life's biggest responsibility. On top of that, we are part of a generation, Gen Z, born post-apartheid, that carries deep intergenerational traumas from our parents and their parents before them. For so many of us, this is why we're seeing a rise in gentle parenting and conscious parenting, because we don't want to pass our unhealed wounds onto the next generation. Healing yourself before bringing children into the world means breaking cycles instead of repeating them. So it means you making sure your child doesn't have to carry the scars and burdens you never dealt with. There are so many factors that go into having children. Yet for the longest time, society has taught people to overlook them because it's time. But life should not work on society's timetable. It should work on your readiness and capacity. So whether you like it or not, it's irresponsible to have a child without a plan to care for them. If your ability to provide depends heavily on government grants like SASSA, that's not preparation, that's reliance. If your idea of being ready for a child is because your biological clock is ticking, that is societal pressure transference. We live in a country with free access to family planning. Every clinic and hospital offers condoms. Abortion is legal in South Africa for those who know they are not ready. Adoption agencies exist for those unable to raise a child. There are options. So if you knowingly have a child you cannot care for and choose to keep them without that means to provide, that is not only responsible, it's unfair to the child and to society. That's what being a pick-me really is. Making life-altering decisions just to meet society's approval. So the issue is not with having children. Do not understand me wrong. Having kids is a wonderful thing. Just as choosing not to have kids is also a wonderful thing. Both deserve respect. The problem is when people assume that those who choose not to have children are shaming parents, even when they're not. If I say today was a long day, but at least I don't have a child, I'm not attacking anyone who has one. I'm acknowledging that my own reality is one that I enjoy, because I wouldn't be able to meet the needs of that child right now, like helping with homework, preparing dinner, putting them to bed, checking in about their day. The real problem comes when we shame women for having kids simply because we don't have kids, as though everyone must make the same life choices. That is not okay. Respecting each other's paths, whether they include children or not, should be standard. So when someone calls people pick-me's for choosing not to have kids until they're ready, they're missing the point. In truth, chasing social validation by having children you can't support is the ultimate pick-me behavior. Also, let's not forget a lot of people grew up in homes with too many mouths to feed, where love was present but resources were scarce. We carry the scars of parents who meant well but couldn't give us the opportunities we deserved. That's why planning in this day and age matters. So, what are your thoughts about that, Vooka Nation?
Hey, that's a
thought.
Me, I just have one question, today. TC. Why are you breathing like Busta Rhymes?
Hey, man.
Because I've been paying like the way you breathe, the breaths you take before even saying anything.
No, I just want us, obviously, today's Mind Basket, because, that event that we had out and that we attended as the Vooka Breakfast Show with Dobsonville Mall was an amazing, and it was special. It was an amazing initiative, and it was a special moment. But it also opened up space where now we can have this conversation, right? For me, because I know that motherhood is not the same for everyone, and it's not a one size fits all. And people like to say, "Oh my God, the gift of life, appreciate it." It comes back to my toxic positivity. You cannot invalidate the mothers who do not have a great journey when it comes to motherhood. The mothers who actually feel like being a mother was not the plan they had for their life, and is not a plan that they have for their lives. And it's also okay. And that does not make them terrible
bad mother
women. No,
or
terrible
woman.
women, because we cannot reduce women to being mothers.
Yeah, that's very true, man.
Womanhood cannot only be reduced to your ability to be a mother. I need that to be a thing that we discuss. And also, parenting is not, it then now comes into question, right? I mean, we just touched on gentle parenting. Everybody, how would you describe your parenting style?
Crazy.
I mean, you're crazy, of course, but your parenting style, are you more dictatorship? I am the adult, you're the child. What I say, you have no place or say. And
I have days where I feel like, yes, sometimes the dictatorship in me does kick in, and then sometimes I literally let him be. There are days when he tells me like, I never like it, and I look at him and laugh. I'm like, this little person, and I just move. There are days when he
gremlin of mine.
Yes, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Do you? And the days when I let him, like my son is 6. Some parents would say that cuddling with him or let him cuddle makes him into a mama's baby or a mama's boy. For me, that's the kind of thing that I didn't grow up with. Like my grandmother, or my mom, it's something that I never got to experience. So I get to give him the experience that I never experienced. So he knows when I get home and he literally just wants to sit. He has days when he literally just sits on top of me and just gives me a hug. And I let him be. And I hug him too, and he just sits there. Sometimes he even falls asleep, to a point that even my little brother, who's 12, does the same thing. When I get home, TC, it's a struggle. Like sometimes I feel like ngahlala emsebenzini because bayangilwela TC.
Yeah,
it's so weird. Like I need to sit in the middle, have my brother on my right, have my son on my left, and then my baby brother on top of me. And then now I'm squeezed. I cannot move. But for me, I enjoy it. Like even my mom complains like, hey, when I go to and they just look at them like that, and they just sit, and I let them be. And there are days when I literally play with them. Like skippy ball is like ball man and I play soccer with them. So for me, I've learned because I had a very weird, the reason why I say my parenting style is very crazy, it's because I had a weird childhood growing up. I had to deal with my strict grandmother, and then once in a blue moon she would laugh and smile.
And you see, like,
so for me, I kind of adapted to that. But for me, it's being less strict and being more understanding, being able to listen to what he has to say. Like even if sometimes I make his sense, what I'm like, okay, so what's a thing? Like mas phume esikoleni ngimlanda when I'm not here on Mondays. That's the conversation that we have. We have our own little spot before we even get home. We sit there and then we talk. But what we talking don't make no sense. But I give him the time and day to tell me what he wants to talk about, to express his feelings, because that's something that I never got to experience, and I'm like, I need to change that. So I give him that. If he has something that he wants to tell me about or wants to explain to me, he comes and sits down and lets me know about it. So for me, it's a bit of both. So for me, I prefer the very hectic and crazy parenting style that I have, because it allows me to tap into the different roles that are always possibly there, being the playful mother, being the mother that listens, being the mother that's strict.
I love that, man, Afriberry. I love that evolution. And you know what? That's what happens right here. The revolution starts at breakfast. And that's what the Vooka Breakfast Show is. An act of revolution. An act to just be someone better, a Vooka Nation soldier, man. And of course, we're wrapping up the conversation that we just had on the Mind Basket regarding motherhood and parenting. And of course, you know, we've been talking about, your kind of, right now, to wrap it up, we will be talking about your kind of parenting style, right? While so many people, whether you're a strict rule setter, a laid back listener, or somewhere in between, your parenting style leaves a lasting impression. So here's what the research says. Psychologists have identified 4 main parenting styles, each with its own rhythm, rules, and results. So there's something called an authoritarian parenting style, which is high control and low warmth. Something like what Everyberry described her grandmother as being, right? Think strict rules and because I said so. And then there's authoritative, which means high control, high warmth. So firm but fair with open dialogue. Like, okay, I said so, but I'm open to hearing what you think. And then permissive, which is low control and high warmth. More friend than parent with very few boundaries. I know that in our quest to be friends with our kids, we sometimes can be very permissive as parents. And then uninvolved. Now that one, it's low control, low warmth, minimal guidance, often due to stress or disconnection. So why does your parenting style matter? Your parenting style can shape your child's confidence, discipline, emotional intelligence, and even academic success. And here's the twist. Most parents don't stick to just one style. We shift depending on stress, culture, and context. So, here's a last thought before I leave it over to you, and then we head over to our guest who will be talking environmental law and sustainability with us today on Know Your Rights. Okay, here's a last thought from me regarding the topic of motherhood and parenting. Many people don't like gentle parenting because it disrupts the dominant model of control and fear-based parenting, which sees obedience, compliance, and silence as the ultimate goals of child rearing. This model is built on the assumption that children must be made good, rather than understood as already whole beings with developmental needs. So gentle parenting shifts the focus from coercion to connection, from punishment to emotional attunement. So that's threatening to a society where dominance is mistaken for strength and where power over relationships is normalized in everything from families to policing. So control and fear-based parenting is at the root of adult supremacy, intergenerational trauma, racialized power structures, and the politics of control. Gentle parenting isn't soft. It's radical. It's anti-authoritarian. It's anti-oppression. It's decolonization. Gentle parenting isn't white. It's an ancestral return. It's resistance to it's a refusal to pass on trauma that empires taught us to call love. Resistance to gentle parenting is resistance to child liberation. It's refusal to see children as deserving of respect, empathy, and protection. And that resistance is foundational to why we don't center children in our justice frameworks. Because to do so would demand we raise a generation unafraid of authority, fluent in their emotions, capable of boundary setting, and unwilling to internalize domination as love. And that, Vooka Nation, would change everything. Everything. And that is a thought and a statement I took from Stacey Payton. So I want to hear your thoughts. Come into the chat. Let us know what you think. What parenting style did you grow up with? And have you changed your approach over time? Do you think parenting today is harder than it was for our parents? Send us your voice notes or tag us in your thoughts with the hashtag Vooka Parenting Pulse. We want to hear your stories and your struggles, and of course your wins, because parenting isn't a one-size-fits-all, just as motherhood isn't. It's a dance between love, limits, and learning. So let's explore together. And now, going over to our segment where we explore rights and everything to do with the law. Know your rights. And today we have a guest who, will help us explore all things environmental law and sustainability. So a little bit of a background on who's about to join us today. Her name is June. Yes, June Stacey Marks. June Stacey Marks is a South African attorney specializing in civil and criminal commercial litigation. She holds a BCom cum laude, LLB cum laude, and LLM cum laude. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm trying to give her like a hand clap. Is it? Okay. Yeah, they clapping hands for June because, man, cum laude is the highest of the highest, man, when it comes to law. And LLM, cum laude from the University of South Africa, UNISA, with a focus on liquidations, insurance, and company law. She currently is pursuing a Doctor of Laws in public, constitutional, and international law at UNISA, with research focusing on defenses in extradition cases. Susan, sorry, here I am saying Susan. I don't know why the name Susan just jumped into my mind. But June, yes, there you go. June Marks has been a speaker at the ACTCJ International Conference to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Rwandan genocide and the 2023 UNISA AP Grow In Conference on Fair Trial Rights in Extradition. Wow, June, you're doing some great things. We're honestly just honored to have you on the show today. How are you? How are you this morning? Let's do a wellness check-in because, here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, when it's the middle of the week, we do what we do and call Wellness Wednesday check-ins. So how are you doing this Wednesday?
I'm good. And yourself? You good?
I am feeling amazing, man. And of course, I cannot wait to jump into the conversation that we're about to have today, which, speaks on environmental law and science and sustainability, something that I think is quite important with the society that we are living in today. So, June, let's start with something real, right? What's happening on the ground in SA schools when it comes to environmental action?
In South African schools, it's an interesting one. I think what most people don't understand about action and law, and I think basically a good way to broach the topic is to give a bit of an introduction on how this actually works with your rights. Because I think what I've been finding is that people don't quite understand how this works. And that's probably what is the issue on the ground, is the lack of understanding. Everybody seems to think, okay, I've got the right to an environment, I've got the right to education, I've got all of these rights in the Constitution. What does that mean? What it actually means is, yes, you have rights in the Constitution, but there's a proviso. There's this clause in the Constitution that says we have to balance rights. So you have various rights, but I also have various rights. And the issue is these rights have to be balanced. So your rights can't intrude on my rights. So when it comes to the school and the environment in the school, yes, you have the right to education, you have the right to certain basic needs, and you have the right to your environment. But you can't infringe on mine. So in other words, you may have the right to basic education, but you can't enforce that right against somebody else's right, like a private institution. The same thing with the right to the environment. You might have the right to clean water, you might have the right to a clean environment, but you do have to enforce that. You can't just claim it.
Yes. So,
and I think that's where everyone makes the mistake, including on the ground level, and especially on the ground level. The grassroots level, if you're looking at the schools, that they don't understand that your basic rights have to be enforced through a legal method and a lawful method, not just through demonstrations and activism.
I love that. It needs, and I mean, we've been talking about that on the Vooka Breakfast Show, where we do understand, that rights come with responsibility. So Particularly
yes.
today, we're talking about Section 24, right, in the Constitution. Section 24, right?
Exactly.
Yes. So, which is the right to a clean environment, a safe environment. Yes.
Well, let's look at a good example.
Yes.
We often see various mining operations or operations in the oceans with regard to industry wanting to obtain gas, oil, etc., in order to progress.
Mm-hmm.
And what we see in counteraction to that is court cases saying, no, stop, you're going to hurt the environment. And what is the court's job then is to balance the rights of industry to do that against the rights of the environment. But I got you one that you might not know that is quite prevalent, that is not popularly known with regard to the rights of the environment.
Okay.
We are now dealing with a situation of Wi-Fi. We're dealing with a situation of satellites. Which leaves outer space also being the environment. And we have issues with disputes over outer space and crashes in outer space which affect us. So, for example, when the satellites are down, it affects our Wi-Fi. So that also forms part of the right to an environment. What South Africa has been part of is various attempts to regulate disputes and to regulate outer space, which also seems to be an issue which is now gaining prevalence, specifically with private sector becoming more and more involved in space. And by space, I don't mean just outer space as in terms of the moon and planets. I mean satellites. I mean disruptions in our Wi-Fi. What happens when a satellite crashes onto Earth? Who's responsible for that? That is also part of the right to the environment.
So, okay, in simple terms, what is the primary purpose of environmental law?
The primary purpose of environmental law is to regulate that we have a safe, clean environment and ensure that it's not taken advantage of by industry and the likes, and for the courts then to determine that when industry comes along and establishes mines, that there is sufficient cleanup, that the environment is restored after the mining operation ceases, and that it does not impact too much on the environment, but also that sustainability element coming in. So we don't see the forests being totally destroyed, so that we are able to live on the planet and preserve the planet for future generations, as well as accommodate industry. And that is also what is then happening with regards to what I'm referring to as space law.
So, I mean, if someone notices illegal dumping or pollution in the area...
Well, that's a different one. You don't even have to go to courts. That you can report to the authorities.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yes, you don't have to then take the responsibility yourself of going to court. If it's illegal dumping,
yes,
you're going to then file a report, and you're going to then lodge the report with the competent authority, whether it's the Department of Minerals or in Energy, or with your local municipality that you've seen the dumping.
So we hear a lot about environmental impact assessments. What are they, and can ordinary citizens influence those decisions?
Well, let's look at, there's a number of different aspects to that.
Okay.
So let's start with an easy one that you might see in your own neighborhood.
Yes.
Zoning regulations.
Okay.
When they change the zoning, so what do we mean by changing zoning? Is we all live in neighborhoods. Most of those neighborhoods are urban neighborhoods and are not zoned for business rights.
Yes.
So now somebody who comes and establishes a business there, most likely they've established the business without changing the zoning and illegally. If they want to change the zoning, there's going to be a number of adverts and a number of processes to do that, which then we could attend the public hearings on and deal with if we object to them because we think it's going to damage our environment. So that's an easy one that we can actually deal with fairly quickly.
Okay. And now what, I mean, are there any landmark cases in South Africa where communities successfully fought for environmental justice that perhaps
there's many of them.
Yes.
There are many cases. I can cite some of them, but there are many cases specifically on the zoning regulations and on the law of neighbours.
Yes.
where people have intruded on your rights of the environment in the law of neighbours. I mean, there's many of them. This is not a once-off case thing. There's many of those cases. So what I mean by that, let's use another simple example. Let's use the most easy example. You're living next door to somebody.
Yes.
Somebody comes and builds a wall that blocks your view of the environment.
Oh, is that illegal? Is that something that can be legally tackled?
Of course.
Okay.
It's the law of neighbours. It's the most simple one of those. I mean, let's you look at another easy example. You're living in a neighborhood. You're living next to your neighbor. Your neighbor comes and poisons the ground with some strange fertilizer they've decided to use.
Okay.
You can take them to court and enforce that. That is the most simple ground roots level of what we can do.
I love that because now what I would like to know is, how does the law protect green spaces and heritage sites in urban planning?
That's an easy one. If you're going to make any kind of, and that goes back to the zoning.
Yes.
If you're going to make any changes or building, you obviously have to get your plans approved. And the green sites and the heritage sites are part of that. So you're not going to get a plan approved that damages those. The same then would then apply to your indigenous plants, which you can't cut down.
Yes.
So if you're seeing someone, I mean, if you go through our neighborhoods, you'll see that our trees are protected.
Yes.
You can't just go cutting down those trees. That would be unlawful.
I actually didn't know that. I won't lie.
People have done that. They have faced the law for that. You can't do it.
Okay. Wow. And we need more trees planted in Soweto, man.
Yeah, we do. Hey?
Yeah, we do. So to know that, someone cannot just go and cut down a tree. Nji. That's actually reassuring to say that we can be a greener society right here, a greener township. So, I mean, now let's go to, digital infrastructure and its environmental impact. I mean, like you mentioned,
that does go to what I was speaking about earlier.
We're seeing more fiber rollouts and 5G towers. What environmental laws apply to these kinds of developments?
Well, if you're going to put up a 5G tower as it is now, you obviously need authority from the municipality, etc., and to put up the tower. Mm-hmm. So once again, you're going to have to put in your environmental impact plan. Every one of those requires planning, requires your plans to be approved, requires your environmental impact plan. You can't just do it on its own. And there are regulations that you now have to comply with as to its impact. So no, I know everyone's very concerned about the effect of it in their neighborhood. But the persons building these towers do have to get approval, and they do have to put in the various plans in order to get that approval.
Wow. So, okay, now another issue that we're seeing that's happening in and around Mzansi is informal settlements. I mean, we understand that everybody has a right to, what's the right to a shelter? Yes,
housing, basic housing.
So how do environmental laws apply now to informal settlements and township upgrades?
Township upgrades is an easy one because there'll be a town planning.
Okay.
And at town planning, you actually have a town planning infrastructure. I recently did a case where they put up structures that were unlawful on the premises, and the municipality fined them 100,000 rand a month putting up those structures.
Wow. So now, and then when it comes to informal settlements, because I mean, like you said, there needs to be a balance when it comes to rights, right? Your rights cannot directly infringe on mine. So, I mean, now, informal settlements, those people living there argue that, we have a right to shelter. We have a right to, clean water. We have a right to all of that. But then we find people erecting informal settlements along, places like the Jerkskay River, where we always see it overflowing and flooding, and then people, and that's now a safety concern. People now erecting informal settlements around nature, wetlands, things like that, because now what are the steps that are now can be taken to now exercise the environmental law, but also not infringing on the law of the people living there that they have? The right
difficulty here
that they have, yeah.
is the right to housing.
Yes.
So the courts are going to have to make this decision. You're going to have to get an eviction of those people, and you're going to have to bring a court application following the various legislations concerning eviction to get them removed. That's unfortunately the difficulty here.
Yeah.
You're going to have to remove them.
So, like, what's the role of municipalities in enforcing these environmental protections in cases like these?
Well, when you do evict somebody, you do have to join the municipality, and the municipality is actually enjoined to then find them another place to live.
Oh.
Under those circumstances. You would have noticed in many of these eviction cases, one of the big issues is, has the municipality been involved? Have they found alternative housing? And that's an important one. If you do see them, you can always apply for interdicts to prevent them from contaminating the rivers and the environment. So it's a joint process. It's not just the eviction. You can apply for interdicts. You can approach, there are various human rights organizations that do come out proactively and apply for the various interdicts, etc.
So right now, as an attorney in South Africa, what changes are you seeing, or any policies that are coming into play, or new policies that are coming into play when it comes to things like environmental law that speaks to sustainability?
Well, we've always had this issue in South Africa with illegal mining, and that's a big one. So obviously there has been a number of applications that have been brought against persons with illegal mining, or even legal mining, even though they are bringing jobs into the community, to stop them from damaging the environment and preventing and harming sustainability. Now, there's been an upshot of those, and there's been a lot of them recently specifically deal with that. But we've also dealt with cases where the environment of the mines has affected persons, like the asbestos or the various contaminations that have affected persons from the mines. So there's been a lot of those with regards to damages and compensation for miners in that respect.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Now, maybe someone is sitting there, because law is as much as it's the information is widely available, it's quite misunderstood. Especially amongst, the layman, the normal, citizen in South Africa. So now, what is considered illegal mining under South African law? So according to the law, what is considered illegal mining, and who can enforce it, and who enforces that?
You need a mining permit. If you don't have a permit from the Department of Minerals and Energy, you are an illegal miner.
So for anything, that is even including whatever you even find in your yard. So
not in your yard, obviously.
Okay.
There are certain requirements, obviously. I mean, if you're walking around digging a hole in your yard looking for stuff, that's your property. You can, as long as you don't dig a hole that affects the tree outside, which we have seen cases about, that somebody digs a borehole and that borehole has an effect somewhere else of creating a sinkhole. As long as you don't do that, you can do it on your own property. As we said, the balancing act. As long as I don't do something on my property that's going to affect your rights, I'm fine. So, but for any real sustainable mining activities, proper mining activities, you're going to need a permit. If you're not doing that, then you are unfortunately an illegal miner.
Yeah. Okay.
And same with fishing. I mean, in most cases, you need fishing permits, you need hunting permits. You do need permits to engage in these various activities.
That's quite true. And I mean, we've seen how violence linked to illegal mining, or the Zama operations have broken out. So I know somebody who's probably living around City Deep, or, anywhere where there has been a history of illegal mining reported, is wondering what legal protection exists for me if I'm caught in the crossfire.
By crossfire, what do you mean? I mean, if they're damaging your
when
rights,
it comes to safety concerned, the trauma that happens when. Okay, now the authorities are taking action, right, against people who are committing crimes that pertain to the environmental law. But now, I, as just the bystander, I am right there involved, or now I am caught in the crossfire. Something happens. Is there anything that legally protects me just as a bystander to now the solution or the action that is happening right here? Is there anything that protects me?
Obviously, the police, if they're coming to get the illegal miners out, they can't harm me. If I'm caught in the crossfire, there are a number, as I said, of human rights organizations and pro bono organizations that I can go to who can get interdicts. They can protect me if I'm feeling that threatened.
Mm-hmm.
And you can definitely exercise those rights. Alternatively, if there's going to be an issue, reporting it to the requisite authorities is another way to go. But if you're really feeling that it's impacting considerably on your rights, the better solution is to approach the various human rights organizations and pro bono organizations for assistance.
Oh man, that is very interesting. So we also see, let's talk about the legal backbone, and that also comes with everything that is actually involved. So I wanted to know, Guti, how does the law back all of this when it comes to the legal rights of the people and obviously the legal rights of the environment itself?
I'm not following you.
So what she's asking is, how does the law back Section 24 and things like NEMA? Are there real legal rights being taught or enforced?
Of course. I mean, you every day, your usual beginning part of any balancing act of the rights is any of the courts.
Mm-hmm.
From the magistrates court upwards, we're bound by the Constitution. So you have to consider those constitutional rights in every single court case. It's not just the Constitutional Court, which is a big misnomer. You find everybody seems to think only the Constitutional Court is there to enforce rights. The Constitutional Court is not a court of first instance. You don't go to the Constitutional Court first. You go to the Constitutional Court last. So you would start at the Magistrates Court. You would start at the High Court.
So,
and finally, if the appeals run out or there's a real backing, a law has been set aside because it's unconstitutional, you go to the Constitutional Court to enforce that.
Okay, so the law is there, but how are institutions boosting this work in schools, maybe in communities where perhaps we can teach this from a grassroots level? Do you know of anything that is currently happening in the legal space where the law is or how institutions are boosting this legal work, the work that has been done when it comes to environmental law, and they're boosting it in schools and in communities? Do you know of any organizations doing this? Yes.
In communities, yes, you have got the civil rights organizations who do go around, and you do have the pro bono organizations set out of the courts, set out of the universities, which you can approach. So I don't think in schools enough is being done. I don't think that people are being educated in schools on what their rights actually are and how to enforce them, which I think is leading to a lot of these problems in schools of activism, because they don't know that there are alternatives. You do see the occasional school child or learner approaching the courts when they feel that their rights are being infringed, but they're not massive amounts. It's quite far between.
So, so I heard of something called the National Environmental Management Act, NEMA, which was in 1998 established in 1998 is the legal framework that gives flesh to Section 24.
Which is what happens with most rights in the Constitution, is that you have the Constitution and then you have the legislation that gives rights, and under that act you also find regulations. So it goes a little bit further.
Yeah, so
and it's not the only act. There are other acts that also deal with the environment. So it's not the only one. It's just one of them.
So can you then educate us perhaps
on
or
the
share
other
knowledge?
acts?
Yes.
Because we only know about NEMA so
NEMA,
far.
yeah.
So just to also educate us.
Let's look. There's a lot more to this than just one environmental act.
Okay.
You've got the rights in the Constitution.
Okay.
Then you've got various municipal laws and regulations that also deal with and bylaws.
Okay.
Which also deal with the environment considerably. So the ones that I was talking about, the one you're talking about is more of a overarching law that deals with industry and the like.
Okay.
The more grassroots acts that I think you are looking for are the ones that deal with the municipality and the municipal bylaws. So, for example, dogs barking in the environment or somebody infringing my example that I gave you of somebody building unlawfully,
Yes.
and your example of the Skye River being blocked by unlawful squatters, those are more likely to be found in your municipal bylaws than in an overarching act.
No, okay.
And then your mining legislation is completely different. It's not the same legislation. So then you'd also be dealing with the legislation that deals with fishing licenses and fishing and the like. So there's a considerable body of legislation that actually deals with this.
Oh, wow. Well,
with a lot of regulations. I do agree with you that there's not enough being done to educate people on how the various laws work.
Yes. Because I, for one, with everything that's been happening with the environment and, of course, climate change being a very huge topic when we're looking at, the state of affairs global when it comes to climate, the environment, and sustainability. Was it Greta Thunberg? We've seen activism and all things happening when it comes to environment, but now it's the impact that we need to see in everyday life, right? So
a paper which I think is more helpful in this, what I was advocating for was the creation of special courts to deal with these issues. So one of the items that I wrote an article on recently was the idea of a court that deals with, for example, satellites and debris and anything 3G towers, etc., of a technological aspect that affects the environment. And I was saying that we would actually need a specialized court to deal with that, with specific specialized experts who are more familiar with those legislation and those regulations and the impacts, rather than being stuck with the backlogs in the normal court system.
Agreed. Because even now with the digital front being innovated, we there's a call for AI to have like a legal framework that regulates it when it comes to copyright you see. Yes, a very, very good one. So
on AI, but that was the idea, is that technology is growing at an exponential rate.
Yes.
And there is insufficient institutions. Looking globally, you're then confronted with international treaties and the like, which deal with these various issues. And if you look globally, there's not sufficient that's actually dealing with it. So it would have been a better idea. I'd call it a space court, but it can apply to any form of the environment, of having a court system in place, specifically with more and more of private institutions becoming involved in these issues, rather than government, of having a specific court system that deals with this and that can be done with quickly, rather than the backlogs that we are encountering in our courts.
That is quite true.
It actually makes a whole lot of sense, because when you look at the normal court system that we currently have in South Africa, it's overweighed by so many things that happen even within the nation itself. So having our very own specialized environmental court would make much more sense, because it will have to tackle on-the-ground issues that deal with the environment itself and actually also affect the climate change that we're currently experiencing.
Yeah, so you made quite a good point then. Of course, we've picked up some really great insights from this conversation, and as I'm sure the Vooka Nation has also done. So, one last thought that you might have regarding this, and, your thoughts on, is South Africa going towards a future that looks environmentally sustainable? In your opinion, as a lawyer, in the space that you're in and the space that you're functioning in, do you see anything that speaks to South Africa being more progressive when it comes to the environment?
I think that South Africa has a role to play. I don't think that South Africa is playing sufficient of a role of what it could be playing. There's a lot of talk, but I think that South Africa should become more involved in international organizations that deal with these issues and make its voice more known, rather than just talk within the country. I think that it's too easy for our government just to talk and say, no, climate change, environment, but then we go and spend fortunes on diesel to keep the lights on. It's talk. None of that is helping. So I think that South Africa has a far better role to play than it currently is playing. And I think that it is not fulfilling what it could be fulfilling. The diesel is an easy example, but it's also not doing a comprehensive enough look at what needs to be done. It's spending far too much time talking as opposed to doing.
Yeah, and I mean, even in Soweto, when you just see all these landfills, these dumping sites, it's honestly, and even just in these illegal settlements or informal settlements, where you just find kids playing amongst rubbish, tons and tons and mountains of waste. It's really something that the government needs to put some serious thought and some serious action behind. But thank you so much, June, for joining us right here on Know Your Rights and giving us those insightful laws going into environmental laws and sustainability. But then just for last, for anyone who wants to get in touch with you, where can they reach you? Do you have a practice where someone can go and come in and perhaps talk to you about any legal matter that they might have at hand?
Yeah, I think you just put my details on. If you bring it up a little bit, those are my details from my website. I'm in Sandton.
You're in Sandton.
You just put my website up there, and that is, in fact, my website. So fairly easy to find.
June Marks Attorneys, right?
Yes, junemarksattorneys.co.za.
Okay, I love it. Thank you so much, June.
So
you
much,
are a phenomenal woman, and I'm hoping that during this Women's Month, environmental law, you will be doing some strides, perhaps in your own space, as a phenomenal woman and a lawyer, to raise awareness on the issues that we discussed today.
Thank you so much. It was great to be with you.
Thank you, June. And we hope that you have a Vookified day.
Thank you so much. Cheers, eh? Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, bye.
Yes, Vooka Nation, we were talking all things environmental law and sustainability because Mother Nature is the one woman that takes the greatest care of us. She feeds us, she gives us warmth, she nurtures us. Man, she does everything. She is the best. So let's look after her and let's know what your rights are as a citizen when it comes to the environment and the space that you live in. And of course, let's all aim to be eco-friendly in everything that we do because what we put into the earth comes back to us as well.
Yeah, that's very true, hey?
Yeah, so because Yabona, it's 9:47 right now, and it's coming closer and closer to that time when we have to say bye-bye. I see that in the chat there are some things that you guys want some help with. But yeah, let's take a quick break and then sizobuya sizonsiza ngoba uyazi siyasizana la. How? Tommy, you still cooking with char, salt, and prayers. But don't stress, ungawari, because your time to shine in the kitchen is here. Amapele Spices for Africa and the Vooka Breakfast Show have said, let's bless you with some spices that will slap harder than Umama's 7 colors. Vooka Flavor Fridays is here. We're serving flavor, vibes, and vibes with flavor. Flavor Fridays is the only plug you need to turn your kitchen into a 5-star chill spot. For 8 weeks, you stand a chance to win spice hampers that take your meals from meh to just by subscribing and tuning into your daily dose of positivity for an energetic start to the day. So Haibo, what are you waiting for? Don't miss out. Flavor is calling. Waza. All right. right, Vooka Nation, as promised, like I said, we back Jengam. Oh, no, man. And of course, we still live as much as we're coming and drawing closer to the end of your daily dose of positivity for that energetic start today. I see that somebody has come into our DMs and the comment section looking for help from Afro Baby. Uneli Swamni, she came in to say good morning, fam. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Vooka Nation, happy Wednesday. She also came in to say she can perform for us now, live performance. That's when we were trying to get Afroberry to drop some, poetic vibes, a poetic flow. Mara, she said, nah, like K-Kid, man. If y'all know about that K-Kid drama, drop a W in the chat, like Steve would say. And of course, then she comes back, Uneli Samni, saying, Iyo, TC, ma'am, you must teach me, Pela Amotswana fight. And then she sent us. I know, she said, sorry, I mean TC, but she meant you, Afroberry. She didn't need help from me because Vele Ministwana.
Message
So Nelly came into, the number that we are encouraging you to also connect with us on 0604933226 to say, Afroberry, please help. I don't understand what is said when I visit my in-laws. Like she said in our in our comment section, she is, Motswana-fied, and truly so. She has now sent in a picture of herself as Umakoti. Yo, what a beautiful bride! Our beautiful, beautiful bride.
No, she's Swana. No.
Okay, angazi. Oh, sinata king. Simu teri teri sinata. Simu teri teri sinata.
Simu teri teri sinata.
Ukiawe
to teri ke sinata.
Sinata smart.
Ria. Bona no. Wo
guys.
You see the skirt that she's wearing? You can only wear that if you're married. Chikisa.
Okay.
That is a traditional skirt that Tswana females or the brides, depending from which culture they come from, when you marry into a Tswana family, you wear chikisa. Chikisa basically is a symbol to show you to know this one is taken.
Uchiki.
This one is taken. So even if she goes, for example, over at the in-laws' families, if they have another wedding, she cannot wear anything else. She needs to wear that.
Oh,
for example,
so that's like her garment, her matrimonial garment. Like, ma'am, as a woman, or shatile, that's how we identify. You're so scared.
Yeah, for example, if they say that her husband maybe is like the firstborn or the secondborn in the family, and maybe one of the other siblings get married, she needs to wear chikisa. And then she's also going to be part of the women that sit on the table and basically give the bride advice. Ooh. And then it's basically telling you to wabona buntombo ukelo and then you basically sit there, and then there's a group of women that she's now part of like a new gang of women. And then those women will always wear that. For example, like in my grandmother's street where I live, there's the gang, because I don't have a chiki, so I'm not married yet. So it's her and the ladies in the street. Most of them give out Tswana. So they all know if somebody else gets married in the street, you will see basadi ba holo ba ko straten sa rona ba kentse di chiki sa ba rwele le sholo. So sholo is basically to cover your shoulders.
Yes,
that's how you yeah, you're supposed to wear it. And the sholo abatwana, it needs to be white. So it's the shirt. We wear a shirt, aka a blouse, and then the skirt.
Bulau. I think.
And then over Kenya chikisa go feditse rola tuku ya go sala o tswala mirira go ka re ga ya tshwanno bona ka re se tsunyetsa kere o Kenya tuku mo di matlhogo bo rola sholo ya go, and then sholo ya go tshwantse dule nane le mau. Yeah, spell it. Sorry, producer. We can hear whatever you're playing. Conscientiously.
Ooh, I want that one. We must play that one on the
Conscientiously,
show
hear
because
you.
that's actually something, just to close off. you
Mara
know,
na
on
sa
that.
wa re ke tla go ruta I'm sure gona no setse tse wa
Funny.
peya ting tshwantse go ruta o bidisa ting pele number 1
Yes.
fana wa
Nkosi yami,
zukubilisa
batswana
when you
le
mere
ting.
tswana fana wa zukubilisa
My
o ba le tsakana ya
grandmother.
number 1
Thandagabi gokwami thing. Like I explained to you guys on the show the last time, Guti, she would have it sometimes like savory, you know, ting, instead of having it as you know, your
The-
porridge. She'd make like
Bogobe ba ting.
oh, Nkosi yami,
like even mina
gokwami.
endlini mobilisa ethisi mina mangibilisa inuka and ugogo muhlala shathi yabona le cause every time makunomcimbi ekhaya bathanda ukuthatha eyami cause iyanuka ngithi so it means that no tshwala buzobila fast.
amaXhosa, because I mean thina kithi amabhuti bami bonke they decided ukuthi bathatha abafazi bamaXhosa. Yeah, no, mina ama sisters in law bathanda kabi ukubilisa ilentuzana bayenza amahewu. Bathanda kabi amaXhosa banele is that something that No, but what I'm trying to say
It's not
did you
wrong, but
know?
we're just confirming if that it's a Xhosa thing.
like okay, Nelly as a Xhosa woman.
What do you mean?
Yeah, bayayithanda like she literally bayithanda kabi like it's a fave.
Uyashisa.
It's a fave.
You know, a friend of mine, Twana Nomzulu, ne?
Yeah. Yes, but that's the thing. Not yonkinte iphuthu. Uphuthu vele is known.
Into uphuthu cho.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. Vele it's known. Ukuthi amadoda amaZulu bathanda uphuthu and vele thina abantu abesifazana bamaZulu siyawulupheka uphuthu. So there's nothing
See, how
wrong
come
with
when I was wasiphekela uphuthu la?
never bakhuluma ngathi bahamekile namanga.
Bakhameke mafufura.
It's a lie. But yeah, Mina, you know, Nelly, come into the chat because Kimo, you know, everybody just gave you some of, you know, some tips and tricks nyana there about you being Motswana-fied. But then I don't know, did she really give you any language things?
No, in terms
because,
of
I mean,
language-
it's about the understanding of the language. She says agabezwa.
It's all about, you know, I don't want to lie. The best thing or the best way you could ever learn is basically maybe having a Tswana friend. The same goes for me.
Tswana
Ukuthi the reason why ngisho kanjalo ukuthi namthisi ukuthi ngikhona ukwazi ngifunda iZulu or
Yeah.
ukusikhuluma ukuthi mina bengena lapha eLethutoror eduza nasehostel so mina vele bendla nabantwana abahlala ehostel.
Okay.
So ngiyafunda lapho ukhuluma iZulu. Kodwa otherwise I can't. They know ukuthi she can't read Zulu this one. She can speak.
Mara
I
read.
can't.
Ngangicela
And
ukuthi
if I
ngifunde,
read it, ngiyakhona ukufunda kancane de kodwa sometimes nokutshela ukuthi hayi ubhaleni la. Ubhaleni la. The same go like that's how it is for me. I learn through conversations. We learn differently. You may find out ukuthi yena uneli yena uzokhona ukufunda if she reads like your novels, like that's how she'll learn how to understand it and maybe speak the language.
But
We
now
learn
she's got
differently.
you, Afriberry.
That's
She's
what I'm
got
saying.
you.
Hence, I'm saying that we learn differently. We could always try by having a conversation to see what she can.
Setswana.
Yeah, to see I speak Setswana, she speaks Zulu, and then to see who else Xhosa?
Yeah.
And to see what she picks up, and then to see what she picks up. Because the same goes for me. I want to learn how to speak Xhosa, but
Yeah.
the one thing I learned in Xhosa is ha.
Hey,
I learned the most important things.
But that's the beauty, man, about living in South Africa. We are diverse. We are beautiful. We are a vibrant country, man. As much as we have inkinga zethu, hayi ngoba kuningi here. But then, you know, obviously because to end things on that positive note, Vooka Nation, we've got some funny videos that Banele was busy playing in the background. Everybody was getting distracted. Her brain does not function like that, Banele, where she can carry on and that thing is busy in like, hey, man.
No, the thing, if the volume was reduced, then I could speak. And when it was speaking, I'm loud.
I need
And
to hear the
loud
member of
now.
parliament trying to,
Speak English.
No, English and
Anguish.
pronounce a word sounding like Mweketi, you know, with that MMS syndrome.
No, she was speaking anguish, not English.
Trying to speak, you know, trying to pronounce that word. Word of the day, lana lentuzana. Word of the day, lana South Africa. Iyenza kanjalo. I mean, la uzwan. Word of the day, la Vooka Nation. Iyenza kanjalo. Yo, ngoba nje. Nathi nje usathi tu uya pronounce. English ithi kubani. Gubani. I never. Your bundles are now depleted. So now, okay, I'm trying to play this video so that you know what we can roll out. Just good in she and I'm a laughs guys. You know, because you guys know the South African Parliament is a movie. A comedy. As in it's a comedy show on its own. Manele, how do I do this thing? You know, I'm technologically
TC JDI.
JDI?
Just do it.
Ooh, girl, you had me confused there for a minute. I'm like, utini. What about women on Women's Month? Utini. Okay, so first video coming up. You know, because y'all know, man, the South African Parliament is a full-on comedy show. So help me with the laughs and let's see your reactions to this.
The functions of my office conscientiously, that's okay, and the best of my ability. Conscientiously.
We'll get it right. We'll get it right.
I guess
we'll get it right. Conscientiously.
Conscientiously.
Yes.
Conscientiously.
Yes. Okay.
Our word of today.
The functions of my office.
Like, okay, one last time, man, Vooka Nation. So, nani nizo itola right mhlampe yabo. Maybe now we are struggling with this word.
The functions of my office conscientiously, that's okay, and the best of my ability.
English.
Conscientiously, actually.
These are the people I put in my parliament.
We'll get it right. We'll get it right.
I guess
we'll get it right.
Conscientiously.
Conscientiously.
Yes.
Conscientiously.
Yes. Okay.
The functions.
And you know what? I don't know.
I like the fact that
the way they just hit their face. Ramaphosa is sitting there like, oh, these are the people I.
And I like you. So she's just like Mumzile before before she even read an answer, okay? Conscious. Like before she even said the word, wash or na nanzo, okay? Bye.
So, something that the government needs to do is conscientiously. So conscientiously is a word. It's an adverb, and it means in a thorough and responsible way. So it's to mean in a way that is motivated by one's moral sense of right and wrong. Wow. Very funny word to find a parliament. Conscientiously, because
no wonder
it literally means in a thorough and responsible way. And it also means in a way that is motivated by one's moral sense of right and wrong. And like now, she's struggling to say it, guys. Improve.
First of all, the parliament does not have a moral compass.
It does not exist in their vocabulary. That thing.
No wonder she couldn't conscientiously say it properly.
No. Conscientious. Ay, sisizokushaya vele because usebenzela uRamanyadlala yazini. Before namba cancela, guys. Next minute nami sengifana no open tonton. Labaya le open podcast.
Sisi wenzani manje udlala inkukhu lapho.
I want to go on to the next video, man.
Okay, as we go on to the next video, and the problem is I would speak as a Tswana le monaka, then he would reply in English. Wahoropa, conscientiously.
And wahoropa, Shem.
Wahoropa conscientiously, so to speak. Wahoropa, because why I reply as a happy?
He can help you practice. That's how my mom learned how to speak proper English. And then she's like, khuluma le English like high. And people used to like bully me ekasi because like ngikhuluma English. It's my mama money, man. No, she doesn't.
No. She speak black English.
Mampara week is coming. Mampara week is coming. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you on the ball. You know, I thought you were awake. Uvugile. You know?
You put it up
and you wait.
Oh. Tisi,
okay, cue. Anyway. I've cued it. Banele, are you satisfied? Now let's play that funny video, man. My kid.
What are they doing to the poor chicken?
It's not a chicken. Oh, Nkosiami, it's cabbage. It's a cabbage. It's a cabbage. That time when it's, you know, Mampara week. When it's Mampara week and you're trying to pretend.
And I'm also looking at the way that he's shaking his head.
You know, when they when they use amafuta wevor pegi cabbage and then you went kanguti and then it's like no cabbage right there you know, confuse the enemy, man. Yeah, no, you know, it's about that time. It's coming close to that time. Mampara week, where now you know that cabbage is starting to look a lot like chicken. Now we taste like chicken, and it better taste like it because imali yokuthi siyothola chicken ayikho. But yeah, yazin, speaking about imali, I don't know why Mandela is looking so sad. He's on money. And in the next video,
next video, we're queuing you since Mandela. Broaden his horizons.
Okay, well, let's see. I don't know, man. If I was on money, I wouldn't look this sad.
Anima, diba? Saka masih suwa like you collect sa achia vitanya ko sa pafat. Okay, isa kat ko biyo likka bura WhatsApp raw na. Alright, salute bro. Smile a bit, man. Azay, likka man. Anima, diba? Saka masih suwa like you collect sa achia vitanya ko sa pafat.
Looks like he's sad.
Okay, isa kat ko biyo likka bura WhatsApp raw na. Alright, salute bro. Smile a bit, man.
I don't care what they say about you, my colored people, Nyanitanda, because yeah, no, that was creative. I like that. And I thought it was some other counterfeit bill.
Mandela. Kanti umbeke upside down.
You know, I love it. I love it. That's the South African creativity.
I didn't hear anything. I only just said smile a little.
That's all you heard?
Yeah.
I think these are the ones that are in Cape Town. Because you'd be lost. I know some people. Cape Flats, you'd be lost. You can't Afrikaans praat.
Yo. Yes. Those look. Abangan mamakhalati banglahlile.
Ek is jammer man.
Uzongiyeka mina. Mina uyangiyeka. Ngikhulumile indlulile ngemoya mangayizwanga uzodlala rewind after the show.
Speak French again.
Parlez-vous français?
Okay.
Bonjour, ça va bien, merci à toi. Comment tu te parles? J'ai à Suisse, à Frédéric un peu.
Wena, every time.
You just wanna add. When do you subtract?
No.
Moment of silence.
Wait. All you do is just drain my energy. Into a subtract my energy. Marange. Good to add it.
Yes, still in.
You'll be able to talk to it in French.
Oh, so what you want is everybody to have like a you want her to have like a conversation with AI.
Imagine, I'm not my little brother. That's things that only my little brother does. I don't do that.
Like Kabonga, man.
Yeah, I remember he was so pissed at home. He had a whole conversation with AI. Like, I'm not good, man.
But I think
AI.
Banela can talk about this tomorrow. There was this whole frenzy people were going about because ChatGPT got a recent upgrade. And then people, I'm seeing it's like people are actually bonding.
And says, high five for
people are bonding in AI. Yeah, so ChatGPT 5 came out and people are a little bit like, yeah, what's going on? And they were complaining on the social media streets and they were feeling like, oh my God, where's Mark? What's that one that Malcolm had on the show? What is his name? Marcus or something, Michael or whatever. His AI was Malcolm or something. Malcolm Moy had an AI named Michael or
it was something very similar to his name. Because I remember Mo kept on calling me with the AI name.
Like, no, that's not him, bro. That is his AI, bro. That is his AI. So people are starting to bond nama AI. Everybody are letting AI. Is it your little brother?
It's my little brother.
Oh,
but it's only then and then. Like it happened once and never happened again. Like even me right now, I have never even used my ChatGPT on my phone. That's how much the one that I use the most. It's probably like Meta on my WhatsApp.
Oh, okay.
But I use it if like I need like research fasting, and I'm like, okay, I've never set up the ChatGPT phone in so hence I don't use it.
But why? Banele, the tech whiz. That's a Vooka.
What?
Okay, so they say ChatGPT is more superior than Meta.
Okay.
You heard that, Mark? Joking.
Okay, but either way, I've never had to set it up because I don't even know how to set it up. Number one, let's start there. Maybe it's because like you guys and me, I prefer talking to real people. If I don't want to talk to real people, I just sit on my own and just watch me some hijau.
I love my own company.
So for me, ChatGPT, it's not. I think I'm more of a person who likes more human interaction the most.
Yeah.
So hence I barely would even have a conversation with Meta AI and say like, hey, what? I think the last time that I had a conversation with Meta on my WhatsApp was when I wanted a bedtime story because I missed reading a bedtime story.
You were connecting to your inner child.
Yeah,
man. I love
that kind of person. So I looked for bedtime story there and I started reading and I fell asleep. Did I not have good dreams?
Cutie. Yes. Do not forget, man. It's a 10:10 and it's time for us to get out of here. But something that you need to stay tuned on our social streets for is the announcement of the winner for the Amapelepele Pots and Pans giveaway. And of course, you know what, man? If you're not subscribed by now, I'm shaming you. Shame on you, man. Shame on you, man. Because you should be subscribed by now. And you can catch that exclusive of our chef. Because I know we were supposed to have one, but you know what? We have something for you. We cooked up something. We done cooked up something, and it's gonna be there. So, go over to to that subscribe button, subscribe, and say set notification. So they can YouTube notify when we got that exclusive content. And for even more exclusive content, why not just get a membership? Join the Vooka Nation, man. Be part of the movement because you know what? The revolution starts at breakfast. And that's why you can get a membership for as little as a cup of coffee. $5.99.
We got 35 rand. Woo! Thank you very much from Nelly. And then Nelly before the 35 rand, Ati, that cabbage will definitely taste like chicken with chicken spice.
That's true. Chicken spice from Amapelepele. You just put that in there. Just give that cabbage some flavor. Actually, guys, we need to do like budget meals here, right? We need to explore budget meals on our pots and pan section.
Yes,
segment.
We definitely will.
We do. We really do. But anyways,
we have station. We have that
like these are the men of today.
Mr. B.
Shame on you. I'm shaming
Brother
you
B.
right now.
As Pen would say, Brother B.
I am shaming you.
Brother B. We are shaming you, Brother B.
But then, of course, it's almost 10:15. And, of course, it's time for us to love and leave you right here. But like we said, it does not end here, man. Our social media streets are waiting for you. So head on over to Facebook, TikTok, X, Instagram, and go and follow us. It's at Vooka Breakfast Show. And of course, on TikTok, it's at Vooka Daily. And we also have a WhatsApp channel. You know, maybe you're feeling fresh, nyana. You know, you want your news on the move on what's happening with the Vooka Nation. You can go over to our WhatsApp channel, which is also at Vooka Daily. And of course, you know what? From me, your daily dose of positivity. Your prime cut creative and your positivity dose of the day. Umamshengu omuhle. Indlovukazi yakwantu, the queen. Bye-bye. Stay within love and know that you are loved so that you can spread the love. And of course, from my teammate over here, Afro Baby. Say bye-bye to abantu. Say bye. Say bye, girl. Say bye. Say bye, girls.
I know. I mean,
no. Why you wanna do this? You wanna do this? You know when Zico came. Independence. Well,
no, but why you gotta be tricky with it? This is what we meant when you say people never have pure intentions. You lack pure intention.
Hey, okay, mina ngizoyispela ke. Njengoba last, you know,
Don't even start. Don't even
was making fun of me. All the comedians that come here, they just make fun of us. You know what? Yazin, but yeah, mina ngizoyispela. It's CONSCIENTIOUSLY. Conscientiously. Boom.
Tata wena dictionary. But tata.
Right there, because who is the boss? Who is the boss? TC is the boss. And a final word from Munelisa says, Everybody and TC, love you guys. A great show. And of course, if it's also been a great show for you, show us the love by commenting and of course liking this, sharing this, tag your friend, tell a friend to tag a friend, because Vooka is on Vusa every morning, every weekday from 7 until 10 a.m. So again, season Bonaksasa, and it's a bye-bye from me and my beautiful teammate Afro Baby.
Yes, man. For me, Afroberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze, but to the darker the berry, the sweeter than don't nandi mamya mamam tlepilek tekatek put marloko famana me weta komaka se song anamane.